Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Football Stooges, the weekly wrap-up and prediction show for each NFL week. As always, this is your host, Lobs, today, the first of the three Football Stooges. We got an exciting week of football, a lot of things swirling around, some firings, some hirings, a whole bunch of stuff has happened in football, even though it's week 13 going on 14. Again, the weeks are closing down. We're getting closer and closer to that final week 18, and eventually we're going to launch ourselves into the playoffs. So let's get ready for some fun times, some absolute hilarious moments, and to really break down this key football weeks that are coming up. To break it down with me is the one and only Philly man himself, who doesn't live in Philly, but he still loves Philly to his very Philly center, even if his heart is 3 sizes too large for Philly. Anyway, Mastodon.
Old.
And there goes the Yingling again. And, as always, the suppressed Chicago fan, because all of the organizations in Chicago currently suck, including the Bulls. They're not that good. DeMar sucks. Anyway, Mamba.
All right.
Yeah.
Bro, someone's gonna need a plumber for your goddamn pipes for all the beer you goddamn drink.
I don't think it's causing him to clog the pipes. That's probably going down like the Hershey squirts if he knows anything.
Nope.
That
I'm
is
trying
true.
to work out. Okay, I'm trying to eat healthy.
You got that power.
You're doing nicotine and alcohol, dude.
I'm here for.
Stuff's supposed to be going through like water. It's going in and out like.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
That is fair.
Your
That
colon
that
is
very
too,
fair.
apparently. Holy shit. All right, enough of the shit talk. Literally. Anyway. Speaking of shit, where's the Broncos game? Where's the Broncos game? We're gonna start with
Oh my
this because we were talking about shit. Yeah, we're getting off to a great start.
This is
We're getting off to
the
a great
last thing
start.
to fucking. This is the last thing to review, not the first thing.
We are changing it up on you guys.
No. We're gonna go to Saints game as the last one.
We started this week
Holy
talking about shit. We're gonna.
Before we start, look at that fucking. Wait. Oh no, that's at M&T Bank Stadium.
That's
is,
Ravens.
Oh, all
I
right,
thought.
never mind.
They're giving the attendance
That is
100% attendance, 70,443.
To see
Because
the
it was at
Broncos
Baltimore.
lose.
It was at
Yeah,
at
that's fair,
Baltimore.
that's fair.
So
Anyway,
fair.
Denver Broncos now 3-9, 1-6 with not in Mile High, traveled to, excuse me, an apparently sold out and fully capacity stadium, an M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, to play the Baltimore Ravens, and it was a stinker. And I'm talking about 5-alarm chili in the firehouse at 3 p.m. It is bad. It is BAD with a capital BAD. 9-10, the final score. Baltimore walks away in a close one against probably the worst team in football history to watch. This team, the Denver Broncos, if you watch them, I'm sorry. We probably deserve counseling. You probably deserve to have a pension plan for the rest of your life.
Me
It is bad
Broncos
to watch.
are worse than the Texans right now?
Because at least with the Texans, you have a couple explosive players you love to watch. You know, you have
Okay.
Pierce, you have Cooks, and even sometimes Mills, even though he got benched last week for a younger guy to kind of start, he can throw some cool passes. Also fun to see his neck wobble around because it has like 87 joints in it, and so it's like a giraffe playing football. So if he ever gets hit, his head lags. So you'll hit Davis Mills, and like his body will go, and his head's still over here, and eventually his head will catch up, and it's like a slingshot. I don't know how his brain's in one piece. But yeah, Broncos lose this game 9-10. Russell Wilson, an abysmal 17 for 22 for 189, no interceptions, no touchdowns, 2 sacks. Lamar Jackson, the big news from this one, actually sprained his PCL ligament after only throwing 4 passes and rushing for 9 yards. It was, I believe, only in the first quarter, actually. Caused his backup, Tyler Huntley, to come in, who played pretty well, 37 for 32 for 187, only throwing 1 pick and taking 2 sacks. The main thing for them was their one touchdown they had on the ground from Tyler Huntley, so he also ran it in. 41 yards on 10 carries. So he kind of carried Lamar Jackson's torch in a way after he got hurt.
I mean, he kind of plays like Lamar. Kind of weird. I mean,
That's the thing. That's the thing with what Harbaugh's done in Maryland is that he's organized an offense around a generational talent, Lamar, which is a great idea. But that's the thing. If you need somebody to fill in his shoes, you're gonna need someone pretty good. And thankfully, a lot of the rest of the NFL is not all about really athletic guys at quarterback. So there's a
you would need
of guys
someone
in free agency just to have
you
the
would need
backup for Lamar.
you would need someone to that backup. You would need someone who backs up Lamar to play similar to how Lamar plays for that system to work. Because I mean, once Lamar's out, you gotta. I mean, most people. I mean, you don't want to change the whole fucking offensive book
No, not at all.
over one quarterback. So
I mean,
It's not like, yeah, I was about to say Huntley's not bad. Like he's a good backup. Like maybe not starting QB, like maybe not, but he could be trusted in this offense, even though Greg Roman's not really a good offensive coordinator. A lot of Baltimore fans want Greg Roman out.
But I mean, for this system, he's pretty good. It's just a Lamar Jackson, a poor man's Lamar Jackson, if you will. Very poor because Lamar is very good. But
how long is Jackson out for? Does anyone know?
A strained PCL will usually keep you out a game at least. It depends on his recovery time after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's minor, 1 week. If it's major, 4 weeks. That's why
he was able to walk on it. And for those of you that don't know, the back of your knee is a cross between two ligaments. The ACL is more towards the front of your knee. The PCL is more toward the back. So a PCL injury usually happens when your lower leg bones, your shin bones go too far back, and your femur, your upper leg, your thigh bone goes too far forward. So there's that like pulling apart that happens. So it was probably a stop that Lamar tried to hit really hard because he's, again, a very athletic, dynamic guy. He probably stopped really hard, and that pulled and strained that ligament a little too much. So, I mean...
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah. There's low blood supply there, so that means it's not going to be as quick as a heal, but also if it's not fully torn, it is a strain, so the ligament does have some regenerative properties in it, so it is a possibility he could only be out a game. It also is a possibility he could be out multiple games because they figured out, hey, it's like halfway torn, it's not healing, we have to surgically repair it, which means a month probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the AFC North, it's fucking tight.
Yes,
it's 8-4 for both Baltimore and Cincy, so they kind of need him back if they want to avoid wild card completely.
Yeah, and Cincinnati's only behind because the single matchup the Ravens and Bengals have had, the Bengals lost. That's the only reason the Bengals are behind Baltimore right now.
This game was a sicko mode for anyone that was just a masochist. It was hilarious to watch. Not the injury. No, nothing against. No, I'm not going to be like laughing at the injury, but just how bad the offense is played was the Broncos. Hilarious.
The only thing that's left out to dry more than the Broncos defense is probably a laundry in the middle of Nebraska because, oh my goodness, this Denver Broncos defense was able to stop this Baltimore Ravens offense a lot. Even though they had a backup quarterback, there's still guys like Mark Andrews, Devin Duvernay, even Deshaun Jackson, who still is somehow fast at the age of 397 motherfucking years old. But yeah, like 41 yards for their top rusher, who was Tyler Huntley, 29 for the next, and then they held Mark Andrews to 53 yards receiving and no touchdowns. Like, that's pretty good, even with Tyler Huntley. And Tyler Huntley went out there and completed 27 to 32. That's a pretty good percentage. So,
yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, like, this is still great on the Broncos defense. And on the flip side, the Ravens defense also made Russell Wilson look even worse than he actually is, which is pretty bad already this year. But, I mean, still holding Latavius Murray to 47 yards. And their top receiver was Greg Dulcich. Who? For 85 yards. And then Jerry Jeudy for 65. Again, no touchdowns for the Broncos. If you have the Broncos kicker, you must be happy this whole year because he has been knocking down bombs.
I think
he's probably
missed the kicker.
At this rate, and possibly, kick returns, punt returns, kicking 3 for 4. He did miss. Yeah, Brandon McManus. But again, like, I mean, this guy, he's on pace to be the Denver Broncos' highest scoring franchise player of all time. He's going to surpass Elway at this point. Jesus.
No, I know what he missed. He missed the last kick of the game to try to win it because they were at like the 50-yard line. They tried like a fucking 60-yard.
That's a hard one even for Justin Tucker.
I know, but I'm just saying, okay, that's the miss because I was like, I knew he missed, but it was like, oh, that's right, end of the game. They're like, oh, he can make his 65-yarder. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not easy.
I know. Yeah.
There was only 2 people I would trust to make it, and call me a homer if you will, but it's Evan McPherson and Justin Tucker. I don't think anybody else is making a 65-yarder.
I mean, you have to be up in elevation too. That's another thing.
Maryland's kind of sure.
It's kind of flat, you know.
Yeah, but then Tucker did the 67-yarder in a
that was indoors. Indoors in Detroit.
Okay,
you probably also had like the Barry Sanders curse on this side. All right.
Yeah.
Now we'll get back to the regularly scheduled program, so we'll deal with this shit first. The Thursday night football game was held in Gillette Stadium after another sold-out crowd of a 65,878. Buffalo Bills take the win 24-10. Josh Allen went out and had a pretty good game, 22 for 33, 223 yards, a 6.8 average, 2 touchdowns, and 2 sacks. Mac Jones, 22 for 36, 195, 1 touchdown, and 1 sack. The rushing attack, again, for Buffalo is not looking that great. Josh Allen only had 20 yards this time, but next best was Devin Singletary with 51. James Cook with 64. A definite improvement, but still not a dominant area for them at all. But it doesn't really need to be. They're a pass-first team that can run the ball if need be. New England only had 54 yards with Ramondre Stevenson, which is usually a bad thing for New England. It was in this case because they like to run the ball a lot. So far, the strategy for New England has looked like run the ball up the middle, run the ball to the outside, then throw a third down pass short of the sticks and punt. So currently, they're doing great for that. They pissed off Mac Jones, who, after a very rough series, came onto the sidelines and said, "Pass the fucking ball. The run sucks," to his OC. So that's not great.
Which OC?
What is Steve?
It's here, Patricia.
Patricia.
No,
Patricia.
It's here, Patricia. It's here, Patricia.
Oh, they have 2 OCs, don't they?
Yes, they do. They
Yeah.
have fucking Ben.
Why the fuck did Belichick do that?
No, it's Joe Judge.
Oh,
That's right. It's Joe Judge is a fucking OC with Matt Patricia, who was a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Belichick got his ways of doing things, I guess.
New England's receiving wasn't that great. Marcus Thomas 51, Tyquan Thornton 31, and Ramondre Stevenson 6 receptions for 24 yards with a 4.0 average. This guy was catching more like dump off passes than a bus waiter. Buffalo Bills receiving was dominated by Stephon Diggs with 92, Isaiah McKenzie with 44, James Cook with 41, and Naheem Hines with 21. A kind of semi-dominant performance from the Bills. It was a kind of a tough game, but they still came out in pretty heavy win there.
Yeah, I guess one thing for the Bills going forward right now, you lose Von Miller because it came out yesterday or the day before his ACL is torn. Oh, today.
Yep.
Okay. Today. Yeah, his ACL is torn, so he's out for the rest of the season. So, I mean, he was kind of anchoring that defense and bringing them to that together. So let's see what happens going forward.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
I think they should be fine. They should be fine, honestly. But
to be honest,
front three is still good.
They're solid, but they're not good pass rushers, though. The way, especially now in the NFL, with the majority of plays from scrimmage being pass plays, with the majority of teams you face, except the Commanders, if you get pressure on the quarterback, no matter who it is, if you're pressuring Tom Brady, Mike White, Mac Jones, or Andy Dalton, anybody does not like pressure in their face. Some guys are better at handling it, but it still is going to create opportunities to force bad plays. You want pressure. If Buffalo is going to sit back and just sit in like the Tony Dungy Tampa 2, that's not going to work. The reason the Tony Dungy Tampa 2 worked for the Buccaneers is because they had good pass rush. They had Warren Sapp, for crying out loud, and they had an outside linebacker that was a good rusher. Brooks.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But they had a good pass rush, so they were able to basically sit back, rush the passer, only rushing 4 or sometimes 5, and sit back and cover everything. I don't think Buffalo, with their banged up secondary, can do that. I don't think they can. So I think this is a very major injury for them that could set them back probably a round in the playoffs. I think this could be the definite factor between them getting past the AFC Championship.
They did get someone back from the secondary, so that's one good thing. They lost Von Miller because they got someone back from the secondary. I'm trying to remember who. I know I did definitely see that. They had someone come back. Who was it?
Xavier Rhodes, Tre'Davious White.
I think it was White.
Yeah, Tre'Davious White. Let's see. I think you're right. I'm gonna double check. Game log.
Look at most recent game.
Yeah, game log.
Oh.
He's only played against New England. Yeah, Tre'Davious White just came back. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it's like they got someone back at least in the secondary, even though they did.
Right, but that's secondary, though. I don't think in today's NFL with such offensive schemes and great play calling for most teams that you can really sit back and just cover.
Good play calling.
Speaking about really good play calling, Matt Canada, everybody. Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to a 94% attended. I don't know why this stat is just showing up. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, to play the Falcons.
Ew.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, Pittsburgh winning by 3, 19-16. Kenny, Donald Trump, two small hands, Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, Pickett had 197 yards and 16 for 28 attempts. 7-point yard average, 1 touchdown and no sacks. Marcus Mariota, 13 for 24, 167, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack. Rushing for Pittsburgh was spread around a lot. Officially on the rushing record for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Harris, Snell, Sims, Pickett, Warren, Watt, and Oletsky all ran the ball at least once. Najee Harris, 17 carries for 86 yards with a 5.1 average. Benny Snell Jr., their backup, who actually is showing off that he could probably be in that two-back rotation, 6 carries for 24 yards. Steven Sims, 3 for 19. Kenny Pickett, 7 for 14. Then Jalen Warren and Derek Watt both had 1 carry. Gunnar Oletsky had 2 for 2 yards. Atlanta, on the other hand, was dominated by 2 players. Cordell Patterson, 11 carries for 60 yards. Tyler Aguilar, 10 for 52. Receiving was dominated by Pratt Fryermuth, believe it or not, the key tight end from Penn State, 3 for 76. Yeah. Deontay Johnson, 5 for 60. For Atlanta, Drake London, 6 for 95. Anthony Frisker, 2 for 24. Parker Heze, 1 for 16. And Olamide Zaccheaus, 2 for 13.
I've heard that name though.
Yeah, I just have said it every week we see the Falcons play. Just it's a funny name.
No Kyle Pitts for Atlanta. That's
no big one for them. Yeah, no Kyle Pitts.
It's not like they were using him that one.
Yeah.
Bro.
Let's be honest here.
The biggest thing about this is, I mean, it's just a better coach game. Obviously, Mike Tomlin's an amazing coach and has done a great job for them, and the Falcons are having some shortcomings, especially against the Pittsburgh defense. That's still pretty good. You got guys like Minka Fitzpatrick, T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward that are really able to pressure Marcus Mariota. I still don't understand, from a Falcons standpoint, why you don't try some Desmond Riddler here. You went out and you got a quarterback in what? He was a second, third round pick? Probably
I mean, at
pick?
this point now, I don't think you're making it into the playoffs. So put Riddler in. Tampa's gonna. I highly doubt Tampa's gonna.
It's tank division. It's tank divisions.
Tampa's already beat New Orleans twice. They have Carolina.
Tampa's probably just gonna be a 500
let's
team.
look at the Tampa Bay schedule. I think they'll be above 500. So for the last of the Tampa Bay schedule, they have the 49ers. That'll be a loss. Bengals will be a loss, and then I think they win the last 3 games of the season. Cardinals, Panthers, Falcons. Win. Panthers and Falcons. Those.
Who does the Panthers have next?
Who do the Panthers
sorry. Who does the Falcons have next?
The Falcons.
As their schedule.
On the schedule.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I just want tank division. I want tank division version 2 of the NFC South.
Saints, that's probably a loss. Ravens, that's a loss. Cardinals, maybe a win. Buccaneers, loss. So, yeah. I don't think the Cardinals are making it. Or sorry, I don't think either of those teams are making it. Falcons or Cardinals. Die birds die.
You mean dirty birds?
Dirty birds.
That's what the Falcons are, dirty birds. But it's still anyone's. In a way, mathematically, still anyone's game for the South. I would still want tank division. I just want the memes.
I mean,
but you're running mediocre Mariota for how long now?
Also, a lot of stuff saying that Riddler's still so raw that it's.
How is he raw? He's like 39 years old. That man was in college for thousands of years.
Yeah,
college is not NFL.
I know it's not NFL, but when is he going to learn? He has to learn somehow, some way.
I mean, he's 23.
He's 23.
That's really old for a rookie.
That's kind of old for a rookie.
We didn't talk about this, actually. We didn't talk about this with the Ravens game. The Lamar Jackson won the Heisman Trophy in 2016. The current quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs, I don't remember his name, is currently up for the Heisman. Both of them were born in 1997.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
That's how old the Georgia quarterback is right now. I'm not worried about it because, I mean, I'm a Michigan fan. We're going to beat the brakes off TCU, and then we're going to beat Georgia in a close one.
Did he get into college late or some shit? What the fuck?
I think it was
red shirting.
He redshirted. Then there was a COVID year, So it's 2 extra years. That's 6 years. Plus,
Yeah.
I think he was also injured another year. So you're allowed, if you get injured early for the season, you can declare injury reserve and then get another year back. Until 3, I think.
Makes sense.
Or either that or he transferred, and that's also he's sitting a year out.
That could be that injury year or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway,
anything else to say about this game?
And Falcons have a better record than I thought they were going to have. I'm actually serious. I thought they were going to have 2 wins by this time of the season.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Tampa,
no one thought New Orleans
competent,
was going to be this low. They drafted Chris Olave. They got a couple of different players on either side. Their defense. Look, they got the Honey Badger on defense. Like, there's a lot of things that we thought would be going for him. And
when we get to the Saints game, I'm gonna have some talks about Saints later on when we get to that game.
You need to. We'll talk about that too, because you're not attributing the blame.
Okay. Oh no. Well, no. Okay, hold on. We'll get to that at the Saints game. You will see what I say. Okay.
Oh boy.
Sorry, Mamba.
Oh boy.
No,
you're good.
Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears at home at Soldier Field in front of a sold-out crowd of 61,233. End up losing to the Packers 28-19. Aaron Rodgers 18 for 31, 182 yards, 5.9 average, 1 touchdown, no sacks. Justin Fields 20 for 25, 254 yards, 2 interceptions, no sacks, no touchdowns. The rushing attack was great for the Packers. A.J. Dillon had 93 yards of rushing on 18 carries. Christian Watson ran for a touchdown on a 46-yard run, his only carry of the day, and Aaron Jones shipped in 26 yards on 9 carries. Again, this was kind of backwards. A.J. Dillon's usually the backup to Jones. Dillon decided to go off, ran for 93 yards. It's those quads. It has to be those quads. Justin Fields, 6 for 71 on 11.8 yards for his carries. The next was David Montgomery, 14 for 61 with 4.4 yards. For the receiving area, it was dominated by the Packers. 67 for Allen Lazard, 48 for Christian Watson, and another touchdown. Doing great for my fantasy team. I'm glad I picked him as a project. A.J. Dillon, 26 receiving yards. Aaron Jones, 24. For Chicago, Equinemius St. Brown had 85. Cole Kmet had 72. And N'Keal Harry had 49. And Chase Claypool, he sucks, had 28.
I was actually in downtown when the game was happening, and I just see the swarm of like Bears fans and cheeseheads leaving and just walking down Michigan Ave. Fucking, I'm just like, huh.
You went to Chicago but didn't go to the game?
No, because I took a family friend around Millennium Park. Also, why the fuck would I watch the Bears?
Probably because you could buy a ticket for $3 and a bus pass.
Not the Packers, dude. When the Packers come in town, tickets are very expensive.
I can see that.
It's a rivalry game.
Is it really?
Aaron Rodgers.
Is it really anymore? No, Aaron Rodgers has beaten the brakes off you so bad. I don't think even like Jiffy Lube could fix it at this point. It's looking bad.
I mean, they say
they also just took over as the most winningest program in NFL history. I think it's 797 to 796 or something for the Packers.
It's by one, yeah.
By one, and it was this game too. That hurts.
But
I was a Bear fan. I wouldn't take that kind of disrespect if I was a Bears fan.
I mean, first half we were doing pretty good. I don't know, like second half we just fell apart in the fourth quarter, like completely.
You're a young, inexperienced team. I don't think you can close games.
And
yeah,
no
we
defense.
can. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, defense. Yep.
Like, who is even on the Bears defense?
Eddie Jackson got hurt.
Yeah, Eddie Jackson's hurt. There's literally no one on the defense. Like, I don't even know a single person.
Listen, man, I could probably play like 2 reps at defensive tackle. I'll try out, see what happens. Bears might put me in there.
No, but Justin Fields has been like, he was injured last week with a shoulder injury, but he's looking good, so I'm not too concerned about that. 2 picks, yeah, sucks, but still, he did pretty decent.
Not terrible.
I did see stat for Justin Fields that he has the most touchdowns of 50+ yards rushing in a season.
Oh, I mean, there was one
where he 3 or 4.
Yeah,
because that long was 55, and that was for a touchdown.
Yeah. So y'all said when I said that Justin Fields is the second coming of Lamar Jackson, y'all laughed at me. All right, he's good. He's good as fuck.
That would just mean he's this third coming of Michael Vick, which is the fourth coming of Randall Cunningham, which is the fifth coming of
fine.
What is it, Frank Tarkington?
I think he's gonna say Moore or Warren Moon.
No, Warren Moon was a pocket passer.
Actually, yeah,
Warren Moon was a pocket passer. He definitely had some shiftiness, kind of like Russell Wilson or younger Rodgers had, but he was not a scrambler. I'm talking Fields. Fields is definitely in the case of Fields, prime Kaepernick, which was like one season. Vic Cunningham was an oddity. Cunningham was probably the best of all these quarterbacks on the list, and then also Tarkington. Cunningham was probably the best because Cunningham could also sling the rock. Some of these guys, I mean, Vic could too, but Vic's accuracy
to be
deep
fair,
was a
the
little iffy.
NFL also made Kaepernick run out of the league, so he could have been a backup at least.
Yes, and also he ran himself out of the league. Like, he had an opportunity where he wanted to go, like, do a workout and get scouted for teams, and he said, I'm not going to Atlanta Stadium. I'm going to my own home high school field in fuck off nowhere, like Texas, I think, or something. So, like, he shot himself in the foot as much as the NFL has pushed him out. It's a bad situation for him.
I want to say one thing about Cunningham. He could have had better stats if he actually had an offensive coordinator, because Buddy Ryan.
Back in my day, watching Randall Cunningham throw the football, I mastered it. I'm 95 years old.
Closing statements from me.
Fuck
if
you,
you're a Bears fan, I would not be too worried about this season. You got a lot of potential for next year. Justin Fields is looking very good. I'm not worried.
No,
next year is gonna be. They're gonna have so much fucking money to spend. It's nuts.
And your GM looks like he knows what he's doing. Eberflus looks like an actual coach. Yes. I know they're having a losing record, but
all right, get Devin Hester on the phone. All right, yeah, you're coming back.
No, but I'm saying the GM actually knows what he's doing. Yes, he traded stuff away, but you got decent draft picks and shit. Might as well, like, if you're not going to be able to sign Roquan Smith.
Roquan doesn't even want to be in Chicago. They couldn't come to terms. So
it's like the GM knows what he's doing. It looks like it's better than Ryan Pace.
Good win for the Packers to stay alive. I don't know if they will.
They're not staying alive for very long.
Yeah.
Their head's underwater.
Oh, we got a cat fight. Meow! Lions and Jaguars going at it in Ford Field. And, in attendance of 67,743, 94% capacity. 40 for the Lions, 14 for the Jaguars. Not a good game for the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence, 17 for 31, 179, one touchdown. And 2 sacks. CJ Beathard, 2 for 3, 6 yards, and a 2-yard average as he came in late. Jared Goff, 31 for 41 for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no picks. What a stat line from Goff there. Travis Etienne Jr. Etienne. I always say it wrong every time. I can never get it.
Yes, you do.
Etienne, 13 carries for 54 yards. Trevor Lawrence, the next best runner, 4 for 32. Detroit, 14 for 62 for DeAndre Swift, and 11 for 35 for Jamal Williams. As far as passing goes, 2 bigs on either side. 114 yards, 11 receptions from Amon-Ra St. Brown. Christian Kirk at 104 for 6 receptions for the Jaguars. Then for the rest of the Jaguars, it was not that impressive. Evan Ingram, 30 yards receiving. Marvin Jones Jr., 17, and 16 for Zay Jones. For Detroit, 98 for DJ Clark, and 49 for DeAndre Swift, and 25 for Brock White. 2 touchdowns as well for Amon-Ra St. Brown in the air. So a great performance from the Detroit Lions, kind of showing up and really putting a young Jacksonville team away and keeping them away. Again, great performance from them. I don't know if there's really much to say besides Detroit got it done and is looking better.
I mean, Jacksonville, for some reason, they're honestly, I want to say they're the streakiest team.
Oh, for
There's
sure.
Some weeks they're really good.
Like the Cleveland Cavaliers or J.R. Smith equivalent in the NFL. One week they're like, oh, amazing, and then nothing.
It's crazy. I don't understand it, but kudos to Detroit for not being dog shit this year. Like, holy fuck, they look great. Especially with slinging the ball with Jared Goff. Like,
they are 5-7 though.
Okay, but
I mean, compared to the past,
for
how many
Detroit Lions standards, this is very good.
Detroit still has a chance for playoffs too.
I mean, yeah, we should take a look at the
They have
playoff picture
more.
before we
They're
get
in
into
the
the picks.
second. They even have a better record than the
Megatron
fucking
curse
Packers.
might be over.
The Megatron
Megatron
curse was
Barry
never
Sanders.
a thing. It was the Barry Sanders curse.
Barry Sanders.
That's
No,
okay.
you gotta
I'll
go
get the
back even
Megatron curse as
further.
well.
You gotta go back even further, to like the
The
40s.
Dick the Night Train Lane curse, or what is it?
No, it was someone else.
If you want to watch live murder on YouTube, look up Dick the Night Train Lane highlight film.
Lane.
That man would kill people. Like what he did, he would be fined
The game
$7
is-
gajillion if he played nowadays. Holy moly!
This game is fucking over. No, that's actually what he said.
Boom! He would turn himself
But
into
no.
a human piss missile.
But if like Lions get some more defense stuff and another QB, I still don't trust Goff. But Lions get some defense and another QB, they could do something. Amon-Ra St. Brown's good. You got Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams is him. You still got the O line with Sewell. Aiden Hutchinson's showing that he's a good pick, draft pick for the Lions.
Indeed
So
he is.
yeah.
Next up was the New York Jets going into play Minnesota with an attendance of 66,973. Officially sold out at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Eventually, the Jets did lose 22-27. Mike White, 31 for 57 for 369 yards, 6.5 average, 2 interceptions, and 1 sack. Kirk Cousins, 21 for 35, 173 yards, 4.9 average, 1 touchdown, and 2 sacks. Zonovan Knight was the lead rusher for the New York Jets. I do not know who that is. Yeah, who? 90 yards on 15 carries. Dalvin Cook for the Vikings, 86 yards on 20 carries. For receiving, Garrett Wilson, 8 for 162. Corey Davis, 5 for 85. And Ty Johnson, 6 for 38. For Minnesota, Justin Jefferson only had 45 yards receiving and 1 touchdown on 7 receptions. Next was Jalen Reagor, 1 for 38. TJ Hawkinson, 4 for 33. And Adam Thielen, 2 for 27. The Vikings were in a close one here. The New York Jets defense is definitely good as they were able to hold the Vikings to under 150 yards rushing and only 173 yards passing. Very good job and performance by their defense. But again, the offense for the Jets has to catch up and is still reeling from the loss of Bryce Hall.
Honestly, it was a close. I mean, they kept it close.
I mean, defense
kudos
wins
to the Jets.
championships.
But
And they have a very good defense. Could still use maybe a good pass rusher. Quentin Williams is good, but he definitely is not a pass rusher. He's a great run stopper, and he's a phenomenal, can blow up plays, but you definitely need an edge rusher, I think. That would be great for the Jets to have.
I mean, what's crazy is Mike White thrown for 57 attempts. Like, holy shit, that's a lot.
And
They were
also,
down for most of the game.
yeah, I think if they had Breece Hall still, they'd be able to balance that better, and Mike White would still be pretty good. And he's proven to be pretty good. I don't think Wilson's ever starting again,
they
but
might have won a lot of games early in the season while Zach Wilson was being dog shit as usual.
Yeah, instead of going with old Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I don't understand why the fuck did they do that? They had Mike White this whole time doing
because they were probably hoping for another Joe Flacco season where he randomly decides to be the reincarnation of like Johnny Unitas and just have a cannon for an arm and indescribable accuracy.
Yeah, but he's past his prime. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Give respect to elite Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco with a capital
Super Bowl winner Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
Super Bowl MVP.
This man is elite.
No, I would not put down the Minnesota defense right now either. Like Minnesota's defense is good too. It's not like and they're not like super powerful, but like their defense
It's good enough to get them in good positions, but I think it could be a weakness that a lot of teams could expose in the playoff, which I'd be worried about.
Yeah, I mean, all I gotta say is Mike White is an absolute stud, so they should be rocking with him for the rest of eternity because this man, he is good as fuck.
Yeah. I give respect to Minnesota, but I need them to lose just for that number 1 seed.
If the Jets front office goes back to Zach Wilson, I think they're fucking delusional.
Yeah.
I don't think Salah would let that. Salah's kind of that type of guy. Be like, nah, I'm keeping with Mike White.
Oh, we got a tie.
Ah, fuck. Not again. And it happened in the fucking NFC East, man.
Yep, no team in
Of
NFC East
all-
lost. No team in NFC East lost, even with two NFC East teams facing against each other.
What happens with wild card then? Because they tied.
It'll go division wins.
Oh.
If not that conference, and then it goes to point differential, and then it goes further that way.
Washington Commanders going into East Rutherford, New Jersey to absolutely stink up the field along with their enemies, the New York Giants. Both teams putting up 20 and not able to score any points in overtime like a bunch of bums. The end score was 20-20, and now we have another tie, the second one in this NFL season, the first one between the Colts and Texans week 1. Taylor Hennessy, 21 for 47, 275, a 6.7 average, 2 touchdowns, and 5 sacks. Daniel Jones, 25 for 31, 200 yards in the air, 71 on the ground, 1 touchdown, and 4 sacks. Barkley, the other runner on the ground, only ran for 63 yards. For the Commanders, 96 yards rushing for Brian Robinson Jr., 39 for Antonio Gibson, and 23 for Curtis Samuel for a grand total of 165. Terry McLaurin had 105 yards receiving, 63 for Curtis Samuel, 54 for John Dotson, and 20 for Antonio Gibson. For New York, Darius Slayton had 90, Isaiah Hodgins had 44, and Taylor Bellinger had 24. Again, this came down to the very end where I think there was a field goal attempt from Graham Gano to win the game, and it utterly flopped, blew to the side, and the Giants...
No. It fell short. Fell short,
yes. Fell short, and the Giants end up tying at home. Why are there ties?
Might as well end the game. All right.
No. We go. Listen, I don't understand why the NFL hasn't done
playoffs?
This. College rules.
No.
Fuck college rules.
College rules.
College rules.
Why?
Ass. It's absolute ass.
Fucking ass.
Why is it ass?
No kickoffs.
It's like the fucking NHL shootout rules to get overtime loss or win. Fuck that shit. I want ties back in the NHL.
No kickoff. You put the fucking ball in what? The 40 or 30?
20.
No, yeah. No, I think
20.
you move it back to the 30. You move it back to the 30 for NFL, and you have to go and you have to score.
Dude, it's going to be a punt off at that point.
No, there's no punts.
The game's never going to end.
There's no punts.
And
have you not watched College Rules, Mamba? Have you not watched College Rules overtime?
It's been a while, all right?
Okay, hold on, Masson. Hold on. We gotta educate Mamba. How it goes is, in college, you have one team start with the football after you do a coin flip. They can choose to receive or defend. You start at the 20 or 25. I don't remember which one it is. And then you go and you just play football from that point. The offense goes and they try to score. If they're able to score, great. They can score, a touchdown and an extra point, a touchdown and an extra point, and a 2-point conversion, or 3. Or if they don't score, the other team gets it at their 25. They also can do like interception turns or whatever. But the whole point of it is each team gets a turn. So the first team, if they go out and they score 7, the next team goes out and they score 7, it goes to second overtime, and the teams flip. Then Team B goes first, Team A goes second.
Bro, it's fucking soccer at that point.
It's not soccer because you're still playing football.
No. But that's how. Okay, the thing is, it's the same idea because you have one guy. Let's say soccer. You have one guy. You have one guy from one team kicking, and you got the other guy keeps on going back and forth until someone misses.
But that's individual. That is one kicker and one goalie. This is the whole team is playing offense and defense.
Team.
Both
doesn't matter.
Field.
It's the same
because the
concept.
biggest issue that we had with overtimes, like last year, is that one team got to see the field and the other side of the ball didn't.
There was going to be no defense between that Bills Chiefs game at the end. Trust me. But at
the same
was
time,
not going to end.
If you watch the end to the Alabama LSU game. If you watch the end of the Alabama LSU game this year in college football, which went to double overtime, I believe, that was an electric finish. That was finished by Brian Kelly choosing to go for 2. So Alabama had the ball first and second overtime. They scored. Brian Kelly then got the ball. They scored, and they were about to say, well, if we take the extra point, we tie the game, we go to third overtime. If we go for 2, if we make it, we win. If we don't make it, we lose. So it's that exact moment where it's like you can literally just put your nuts on the table and you can go for it. You can go out swinging. But in that moment, Brian Kelly went for it. They threw a check down to a tight end and he walked his way in and they won the game and the crowd rushed the field. It's an amazing electric thing. That'd be awesome to have in the NFL because it's so fair and it's so balanced and it doesn't allow ties.
I think what the NFL should do is remove ties and just keep on going, like each overtime.
This game would never end. At least
It
with
would
the
never
college
end.
overtime,
Someone
you are within.
would fucking collapse.
Also,
If you are
Also,
in college
hold on.
overtime, you are within field goal range for any NFL kicker, so you're able to score points.
Also, how many teams with winning records actually tie? You know which teams usually tie? Shit records. Eagles and Bengals in 2020. Packers and someone else. Colts and Texans this year.
I wouldn't say
That's
they're
why I said
top of
this
the
is the only
LTVs.
time I've seen two teams with winning records tie.
Yeah, so there should always be a winner in a game. It should never come out as a tie. So I think college rules is the best way to do it because it gives both sides of the ball an accurate amount of time to play. And it ends the game.
I say do this. First overtime would be normal how the NFL plays it right now. And they did change the rule after the Chiefs-Bills game where
For playoffs,
at least
only playoffs.
Only for playoffs.
Oh my god, they should just implement that too for the
because it has to end.
But
it has to end. This isn't an ending. This is just saying both you fucked up.
Also,
both you
I want
fucks couldn't score.
Also, I want ties for meme. This is why I want it. Like, this makes me even like.
Why are ties memey? They're just shitty.
Because it's hilarious.
They're funny as fuck.
They're not funny. They're horrible. I don't want to say a team. I want to take a team 7-6, not 7-5-1.
Funny when if you're a Philly fan or a Dallas fan, it's fucking hilarious.
You're right. Actually,
that's the thing.
When this game went into overtime, I was like, "Let this be a tie."
Ugh. I don't think ties should exist in any sport at all.
No,
ever.
no. NHL, they need to exist. Fuck shootouts. I hate fucking shootouts in the NHL. God damn it. Sorry.
The game has to end. The game has to end.
Yes.
Ties aren't an end. Ties are saying, hey, we need to continue this later because neither of you won.
First overtime is normal playoff rules for NFL, and then second overtime would be college rule. So it could fucking end eventually. Or you do a kickoff. However far they could kick, whoever misses wins.
That's a shootout. That is the NFL. The NFL equivalent of a shootout would just be kickers alone with nobody rushing, kicking field goals back and forth from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 yards.
At least it would be more useful.
They're pretty useful already.
I mean, they are, but
Evan McPherson took the Bengals to the Super Bowl, and Justin Tucker also takes the Ravens into games every single year. I'm done looking at this game. We're not talking about it anymore. College rules should be a rule. Fuck ties. Fuck ties in every sport. In every sport.
This game makes me
so Massa just nutted.
Eagles at home at the Link against the Tennessee Titans win 35-10. After this game, also the GM for the Titans has been fired as of I believe today or yesterday.
It was today.
Do you know this is how bad the Titans were playing? They put back in Malik Willis. Ryan Tannehill 14 for 22 for 141, 1 touchdown, 6 sacks. Malik Willis 2 for 4, 16. No touchdowns, no receptions, no sacks. Jalen Hurts, 29 for 39 for 380 yards with 3 touchdowns and a 9.7 average, taking 2 sacks, and also ran for 12 yards. This is an absolutely polar opposite from last week when Jalen Hurts was a college quarterback like Johnny Manziel who threw the ball 10 times and ran it 1 billion times. Gardner Minshew also got in the field, 1 for 2 for 11 yards and a 5.5 average. The Minch. The Tennessee rushing was actually pretty abysmal. Ryan Tannehill was the lead rusher. Yikes. 34 yards on 3 carries. Derrick Henry, 30 yards on 11 carries. And Julius Chestnut, 13 for 5. I guess you could say the chestnuts were roasting over an open fire. Mamba will add that sound in post. Miles Sanders, 10 carries for 24 yards. And then the receiving. The Titans... Chikosium Okonkwo. Who? 68 yards on 4 receptions. Treylon Burks, 25 yards and 1 reception. And Austin Hooper, 22 yards and 3 receptions. And Philadelphia, 2 triple-digit receiving yardage games from 2 Receivers: A.J. Brown, 8 for 119 and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, 5 for 102 and 1 touchdown. Not even to mention Jack Stoll, 3 for 41. Kenneth Gainwell, 3 for 38. Quez Watkins, 3 for 37. Grant Calcaterra, 1 for 19. Zach Pascal, 2 for 16. Miles Sanders, 2 for 14. And Boston Scott, 1 for 5. An amazing performance from the Eagles, and I'll let the resident Eagles fan take it away.
Rush defense. Thank God you can fucking actually stop something this time. Jordan Davis came back. That's the big thing.
When you have a man who's like 6'8" and 500 pounds in the middle that can move like Vita Vea nearly, it's disgusting.
But Jordan Davis came back for this game. Like, he came back from injury. Also,
not to mention also Ndamukong Suh showed up, 3 total tackles, 2 solo.
That was actually kind of a decent pickup, not gonna lie.
And they also, got Linval Joseph, former Pro Bowler and champion with the Giants during the David Tyree helmet catch days.
Yeah, but it didn't need to rush because fucking Jalen Hurts was slinging that ball all over. That's all I have to say on that one. God damn it!
I think definitely after this season, I think we can start to put Jalen Hurts into elite conversations. He's looked incredible this season. Could it be because the team around him is probably one of the best teams we've seen in a long time, with the strongest O-line in the game, a great passing core, and a decent rushing core? Yes, but also at the same time, you don't honestly go out there and only throw 10 incompletions on 39 attempts with, not a good quarterback. So
almost 400 yards.
Hats off to the Eagles, and I think the Titans. I like Derrick Henry, man, but honestly, at this point,
they didn't run the ball enough. Like, what the fuck?
Only 21 carries in total, and 6. Well, that's the thing. 21 rush attempts, so 21 carries there, and then 22 pass attempts. So they didn't have the ball that much.
Yeah.
That put together is 43. That's 43 attempts. 39 attempts for Jalen Hurts himself. Plus 5 of those. Yeah, Jalen Hurts had more plays himself throwing or running the ball than the entire Tennessee offense.
No. That's you're adding 30. You're adding 39, but
39 Titans plus 5.
Oh, 5. Okay, you're going with the rushes. Also,
he ran the ball 5 times, and he also had 39 pass attempts. That's more than the combined 22.
I mean, the Titans
plus 4 plus also 21.
The Titans should know their strong point is their running game. So why aren't you feeding Derrick Henry more? And why are you giving Julius Chestnut any kind of fucking carries at all?
Probably to mix it up. Because once Derrick Henry is on the field, the entire defense goes whoop, and they pinch the box, and they pull the ends in, and they send down Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, who are both bamps and are going to kill people.
Jason Hargrave getting some good sacks. Gannon did decent. I wish I guess he didn't have to blitz that much. But damn, it's nice to see the rush defense actually holding Derrick Henry to 30 yards is something else.
I think Derrick Henry's got to move on, because I don't think this Titans team, they're starting to waste Derrick Henry's career at this point.
Well, how can he move on when he's on contract for at least 2 more years? Like, Titans have to trade him.
So many players do.
Yeah, but
you know how much you could get for Derrick Henry? You know what the Bills would give up for Derrick Henry?
Maybe.
Can you imagine the Bills and their O-line with Derrick Henry? Well, can you imagine Josh Allen handing the ball off to Derrick Henry?
Actually, there's some stuff saying that Vrabel's having more control as being a GM.
I'm fine with that. He's a bad head coach.
I mean, it's Todd Downing as offense coordinator that's bad. Vrabel's not a bad coach.
Yeah, what has he done with the Titans?
I mean, all right.
Jack
what was the best Titans?
He had A.J. Brown, Ryan Tannehill, and Derrick Henry last year, and he lost to the Bengals after taking 9 sacks on Joe Burrow. Your team sucks. Move on. All right, we already covered Ravens Broncos. In the words of who was the WWE leader for a while? Old guy.
Wait, what decade?
No, just recently. He just recently retired. He tore both his quads jumping in the ring.
Talking about Ric Flair?
No, not Ric Flair. The guy that owned the WWE. He's like, get out here, you rapist. That guy. McManus. Yeah, Vince McMahon. In the words of Vince McMahon, get out here, you rapist. Deshaun Watson. 12 for 22, 131, 6-yard average, 1 interception in the end zone, and takes 1 sack with only a 28.5 QB rating. So everybody in the NFL liked that. Great job, Deshaun Watson. I hope it only gets worse from here. Kyle Allen coming in for Davis Mills, wanting to get some time. Looks like the Texans are trying out a couple different options to see if they have a diamond in the rough. Kyle Allen, 20 for 39, 201, 5.2, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Damian Pierce ran for 73 yards and 18 carries. Nick Chubb for the Cleveland rush game, 80 yards and 17 carries. And his backup, Kareem Hunt, 56 for 9. That two-back system working well. Sean Watson also ran for 21 yards, probably further than he ran away from those 26 or 7 allegations he had a couple months ago.
I'm surprised he didn't run for 26 yards.
Yeah.
My
Yeah. In total, the Cleveland receiving had 21 targets, which was less than the amount of charges that Deshaun Watson had. 3 receptions for 44 yards for Donovan Peoples-Jones, and also a kick return for him. Amari Cooper, 4 for 40. Kareem Hunt, 2 for 18. For Houston, Chris Moore, 3 for 46. Brevin Jones, 4 for 46. Nico Collins, 3 for 35. And Damian Pierce, 3 for 22. Again, this is Texans football. It's not pretty. It's not fun. I don't believe that 523 people were at this game. I think that's a load of horse shit. Well, maybe they could have been there to watch the human horse shit on the field throw the football for the Browns. But I mean, this game basically sums up the Cleveland organization. They can scrape by beating the Houston Texans with their new, $100 million a year quarterback in Deshaun Watson. Massage.
Look at the
Watson.
Look at the meme I posted on Discord. Bring that shit up. Oh my god.
Oh, I got pee. You guys keep on going. That's fucking funny.
Please bring that up. Man of the year.
Wow. Yeah.
He really did give the Texans a nice good old massage, huh?
The Browns next week play the Bengals, and this is the one time that I'll actually say that I would like us to sign Vontaze Burfict for a 1-day contract to play that game, to just play edge rusher and constantly come off stunt blitzes and proceed to target Deshaun Watson's head, knees, or ankles with his head. Because the only thing thicker than Vontaze Burfict's head is probably the wallets of Deshaun Watson's lawyers.
It was just special teams.
I'm zinging today. I'm on fire. Just like all the charges, just like all the paper charges that were put against Watson, man, I'm on fire today. All right. Next up, there's a lot going around this game. There's a lot actually going around this game that we'll talk about off the field. South Candlestick, otherwise known as SoFi Stadium, was at 71,802 capacity, which is full, or attendance, which is full capacity. Didn't really matter as Los Angeles dropped.
Capacity of Seahawks fans, you mean?
Yeah. Los Angeles dropped the game 23-27. Or I guess the Rams dropped the game 23-27 against Seattle. Geno Smith, the future comeback player of the year, we're all calling it at this point. 28 for 39, 367 yards, 9.4 average, 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Also took 4 sacks. And John Wolford, who has probably played his last game as a starter in this league, 14 for 26, 178, 6.8 yards, and 2 interceptions with 4 sacks. A really bad game for Kenneth Walker running the ball, only 36 yards. He was eclipsed by DJ Dallas, 10 for 37 for Seattle. And then for Los Angeles Rams, Cam Akers finally decided to show up and attribute 60 yards of offense and 2 touchdowns. Not a great game from him. As far as receiving goes, holy shit, Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf both went for 128 and 127 respectively, while for the Rams, their leading receiver was Tutu Atwell. Who? 48 yards, Van Jefferson 39, Brandon Powell 38, and Ben Skoranek 30. Let's just say with Stafford and Kupp out, Stafford out for the season now, and Kupp out probably for the rest of the Rams season, which will be not the playoffs. The Rams look like hot shit.
Yeah, I mean, Fuck them picks, am I right?
Yeah. They bought a Super Bowl and now they're paying the interest, which is probably more than the interest rate of inflation in the United States at this point, because it's bad. They are paying for it dearly.
Interest
the
rate.
Mickey Mouse ring, yay!
Yeah.
Just like the Lakers Mickey Mouse ring in 2020.
But the big thing that we want to off the field to say about the Rams now is that after Baker Mayfield was cut by the Carolina Panthers in favor of Sam Darnold, he has now signed with the Rams and is going to projected to be their starting quarterback. Can Baker salvage anything?
That early?
I mean,
know the playbook?
Is there a playbook?
Bro. Yeah, did they have a playbook?
Is there really a playbook?
So playbook was around Cooper Kupp. If you don't have Cooper Kupp, you're dead.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
On that one.
But honestly, I think this is a good pickup. I mean, if they use him as a backup forever, like he would be a really good backup. Over Stafford as a starter? No, not at all. But I mean, good for Baker being on a at least somewhat competent coaching staff team. At least, I mean, the first two organizations he was on were absolute dog shit.
Yeah,
complete trash.
Yeah, he got fucked by Cleveland. He got fucked by Cleveland
wrongly.
Yeah.
The reason I hate Cleveland most is because what they did to Baker Mayfield. Not also obviously hiring,
Yeah, favoring a rapist over Baker, but yeah.
And then Matt Rule, Bill Cosby of NFL.
And then you had Carolina with Matt Rule being a dumbass, especially some of the shit that he did he tried to micromanage so much. He thought it was college, apparently.
Speaking of college, he's going to Nebraska. Have fun, buddy. You're not saving that organization. That's gonna be fun. Michigan fan, it's gonna be fun playing a Matt Rule Nebraska. That's gonna be like 307-0.
But I think, I mean, Baker could just learn off of LA's system and actually hopefully becomes a better quarterback. Just,
I think Stafford is retiring soon. He's got a ring. He's not going to get another one at this rate. And I think he's also getting older. The injuries are starting to show up. I think the head coach for the Rams, Sean McVay. Yes, I think McVay's got an opportunity to do what Brady could do and just literally opt out and go join the broadcasting and get a ton of money. Oh yeah, he could pay so much.
There was talks about it.
He would get paid a lot of money. So I think that's his next best avenue. I think he's going to take that rather than coaching the 3-9 Los Angeles Rams, where he has to have a silent count in his own home stadium when playing the San Francisco 49ers. That is pitiful. That is so pitiful.
Blame Kroenke on that one. Blame Kroenke and Jerry Jones on that one for moving to LA. But for this, Seattle, it's a big win for them to try to do a playoff push, which nobody was expected Seattle to be this.
Yeah, they're still one game away or 2 games away from San Francisco. San Francisco's 8-4, they're 7-5.
So are you thinking what LA's doing since Stafford may retire, that they're trying to shore up with a first round pick?
Baker is still young.
He's still young.
To be quite honest, I don't think Baker's hit his ceiling. I think Baker can still improve a little bit, get a little bit better, and I still think Baker could be a good quarterback. I don't think he'll be a Hall of Famer, but definitely like a Andy Dalton level All-Star player. Oh yeah, for sure.
He looked good that one year he took Cleveland to the playoffs.
He looked amazing. He was I think he was nearly comeback player of the year.
No, not comeback player of the year, but
he was player. He was nearly
offensive player.
Yeah,
but for Baker, I think what hurt, what kind of also didn't help. He tried to play through an injury. An injury that really affected his mechanics.
Yeah,
hopefully that didn't fuck him for life though, because Jesus Christ,
it might have. It honestly might have. That could be one of the reasons he hasn't really gotten back to that level. Which sucks. But yeah, moving on from that game, we're going to go ahead and segue into Dolphins 49ers, which is a pretty good game until the 49ers were actually able to blow away late. This game had a lot of implications to it as well, which we'll get into a second. Actually, we'll have to get into pretty quickly. But the San Francisco 49ers at home in Santa Clara, California, in Levi Stadium under a sold-out crowd of 71,732, won against the Dolphins 33-17. And this was a surprising win for them because their defense performed insanely well, better than they ever performed thus far against the best passing attack in the NFL, at least on paper. And they did it behind 37 attempts from the absolute last pick in last year's draft. Brock Purdy, a rookie quarterback out of Iowa State. There is white, and then there's Iowa State white. And let me tell you, this is like Caucasian deviled eggs and Casper the Friendly Ghost white. I'm talking here. Brock Purdy is him because he is Mr. Irrelevant, now becoming Mr. Relevant, as he is now going to be the starter for San Francisco after they lost out in the Baker Mayfield sweepstakes. He went 25 for 37 for 210 yards, 5.7 average, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception with 3 sacks. Jimmy Garoppolo only attempted 4 passes before he had that unfortunate ankle injury, which will apparently keep him out until the playoffs. For Miami, passing, Tua Tagovailoa, 18 for 33, 295, 8.9 average, 2 touchdowns, and 3 sacks. Their rushing was abysmal, 30 yards from Raheem Mostert and 3 from Jeff Wilson. That was it. For San Francisco, not insanely better, 66 from Christian McCaffrey and 51 from Jordan Mason, as well as Deebo Samuel having 5 receptions for 4 yards. Oh, sorry, 5 carries, 4 carries for 5 yards.
Wait. 49ers were trying to get Baker as well?
They were considering, they were talking to him about it, and they actually had contacted him a little bit, but the Rams really wanted him more, so...
Yeah, the Rams had a chance before the 49ers because of the waiver wire. Rams with the worst record than the 49ers. So Rams was able to pick
wait, so they could claim Baker because they have a worse record.
Yes, that's how waiver wires work. With the waivers work.
Yep.
Oh, I thought players could decide where they want to go if they got
not if you were cut or something like that. It's something with the waivers. It's weird like that.
That's weird.
I think there's still an option for them to deny it, but it's odd.
I think Baker was like, I want to be...
I don't think beggars can be choosers, and Baker's starting to become homeless. So, Tyreek Hill... Yeah.
I mean,
State Farm. It was a State Farm.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill, 9 for 146 yards on receiving. Trent Sherfield, 1 for 75. River Carcroft, 2 for 29. Biggest thing about here, Jalen Waddle, 5 targets, 1 catch, 9 yards. That's it. Really great job by San Francisco to lock him down, even though they really couldn't keep an eye on Tyreek, but really, who can? Christian McCaffrey was the leading receiver for the 49ers, 8 receptions, 80 yards. Deebo Samuel, 6 yards, 6 receptions, 58 yards. Brandon Ayuk, 5 receptions, 46 yards. And Juan Jennings, 2 for 34. And George Kittle still blocking more than catching, 2 for 22. Again, the 49ers defense did an amazing job. Yes, 2 interceptions forced on Tua Tagovailoa and 1 on Skylar Thompson. A great performance from them to really confuse this passing attack that the Miami Dolphins have, throw a wrench in their plans, and be able to come out with a win in a very bad situation. Now on their 3rd string quarterback, who was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah, I don't think... Now I'm kind of worried about 49ers trying to win a Super Bowl. Every time when everyone's saying like, oh, the 49ers have a really good defense, they might win the Super Bowl, this and that, and they always fall flat every time.
It just sounds like there's all these weapons and this great blocking, and all they're missing is a quarterback with a lot of experience, a healthy quarterback with a lot of rings, and who's lives in Florida, but is a California kid that always wanted to play for the Niners. You know where I'm going with this, Tom Brady.
Damn.
Again, I'm saying it again. If I said it once, I'm saying it 1,000 times. San Francisco 49ers are Tom Brady's home next season. I'm calling it.
Also, I still say that 49ers are a scary team to face in the playoffs in general. Like, if you face them in playoffs,
but with a third string quarterback,
Mamba, you or I could throw a check down on 2 yards at or behind the line of scrimmage to Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, or Christian McCaffrey. All 3 of those guys are absolutely dangerous in open field.
Yes, I will say this too. Also, like the team would any team would fall apart now. Oh, I guess because they do have weapons. But Kyle Shanahan still has his team winning.
Right.
Like, I do have to say that. It's not
Also,
like...
they have a ton of good leaders. Kyle Juszczyk's an amazing leader in the
Yeah.
locker room. George Kittle's an amazing one. Trent Williams is an amazing one as well. He's a veteran guy. Also, like, we're really talking down about Brock Purdy. Sure, he has no NFL experience. That's a bad thing about him, but he's in the NFL for a reason. If he was the last pick, yes. But at the same time, it's not like he has the arm strength of a 90-year-old grandma and the foot speed of a, Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump.
Oh, he did good for his first time.
Yeah,
Or
25
first,
for
like,
37. Like, that's a better stat line than a couple quarterbacks we
Russell
covered today.
Wilson,
That's a better stat line than
Wilson.
that's a better stat line than Deshaun Watson had.
Yeah.
Literally, like.
Well, but Deshaun Watson's stat line for amount of cases.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Brock Purdy can't compete with that. I don't know if Charles Manson could compete with that.
Damn. Damn. Okay. I still think San Fran will win the division. I do have to say that, and they are a scary team to face against playoffs. Do I say Super Bowl? I don't
know.
So.
What
in
does
the
Seattle
NFC
have left?
We'll take a look at the playoff picture before we go into our next predictions for the next week. But again, I think it's a possibility. Besides, defense wins championships. The 2006 Bears, the one with Devin Hester returned to kickoff, and
but they lost.
They got there. They got there, and they got there on the back of Rex motherfucking Grossman.
Hey, we
was
got
awful.
there and we fucking lost. All right, so fucking
the last time
Reiner, Charles Peanut, Tillman on the defense. You had an amazing defense. And you had
Briggs.
The last time a Super Bowl winner had a great defense and the offense was middling was the Broncos in the 2015 to 2016 season.
No.
Peyton Manning was not that good. Peyton Manning had a down year.
You are smoking crack.
You're telling
Peyton
me
Manning, Demarius
Manning?
Thomas, plus
Peyton Manning did not have a great
who was the white
year
boy on that
year.
team? Who was the white boy on that team? The white receiver. There was a white receiver that was really good. He played guitar. Can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? It was like one of those Wes Welker impersonators that every Peyton Manning team has had almost. They had Wes Welker too. No, they didn't have Wes Welker. He never won a Super Bowl. Danny, not Amendola. Eric Weddle? No, not Eric Weddle. That's the receiver. Or
I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
One thing I noticed,
Whatever.
look at the attendance and capacity on the right-hand side. Is there some illegal shit going on at Levi?
Well, it could be it could be press box also and some other stuff.
So a lot of this makes me think like
You're telling me
Michigan
2,000 people extra?
Michigan Stadium for the University of Michigan, which I've gone
Over
to many
100,000.
games. It's 115,000. Over that, like there's a couple like other numbers in there, like lower numbers, but like 115,000 basically. I've been to that multiple times. I don't understand. These NFL stadiums always look so big, but I guess they're like smaller in capacity, which I don't get.
It is. No, every NFL stadium is smaller capacity. The largest one, I think, is either FedEx or like the
FedEx.
It's not FedEx. There's no way it's FedEx.
Or was
probably
some years
Cowboy.
ago.
It's the Cowboy Stadium.
Cowboys or just SoFi.
Well, it's a SoFi now.
But like SoFi can hold around the same as the 18.
SoFi just looks cool.
Well, the thing is, with college stadiums, they also got students.
You got
That's the best thing about college. Honestly, the NFL needs to have a student section equivalent. Like, imagine if the NFL went and like you could have season ticket holders, and then you could have like special fan section, and to be in the special fan section. Well, yeah, but like you also need to have like a specific section of the field that's dedicated to specific season ticket owners, and you need to make sure those people are the rowdiest MFers on the planet. Maybe give a discount for.
I mean, that's all of Lincoln Financial Field.
I mean,
that's all of Lincoln Financial Field right there.
The Raiders used to have that, mentality, and then they just gentrified themselves. Yeah, and then they got gentrified. Now they got bougie, pools and sitting areas. And
moving on to the next game.
I ask you, who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Gary? Who's your daddy? You.
That's right. Who day, baby. Who day. The Cincinnati Bengals, home at Paycor Stadium, the Jungle, go in and beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-24 on the back of Joe Burrow and Samonje P. Ryan.
Jamar Chase is back also.
Yeah.
He did have off first half. Like second half, I think he did pick it up. I thought.
You need to get his legs going. All right.
I mean, he came back from injury.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty bad a hip injury that actually detached some of the muscle from his hip, which is not a great thing to do. So, yeah, it's not good. But he came back very quick. Ouch. He had 97 yards and 7 yards reception. But anyway, Joe Burrow, actually, hold on. I actually want to find, there's this video that I saw from this really funny page called Trap House Sports. I'm going to download it real quick and show it to everybody because I forgot about this video.
Wait, I do have to say this. This was actually a really good game, though. Like, all things considered, this was a good game.
Oh, it was a great game. Back and forth. What do you guys think also about the... I
mean, this was a must-win for them, too.
Well, what do you think about like the former record for the what is it? The Bengals versus the Chiefs being 3-0.
Oh no,
Patrick Mahomes has never
Burrow.
beaten Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. It's all Joe right now. 3-0 for Joe.
Yes, because someone tried to be like, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes never beat the Bengals." Yes, he did in 2018. That was before Joe Burrow came in. But Joe Burrow has beaten Patrick Mahomes 3 straight times.
Was that with Andy Dalton in 2018?
That was Dalton's years.
It was Dalton, yeah.
It was 2018.
So let's go back to this. This is the very one. This is from Trap House Sports on TikTok, one of the funniest pages ever.
Hey man, at this point, I just can't help but wonder, what did they do to make this motherfucker this mad? He just dribbled a person again! Hey man, at this point, I just can't help but wonder, what did they do to make this motherfucker this mad? He just dribbled a person again!
He again is referring to last week when we played the Titans. He absolutely dribbled a person again!
Your running backs are fucking nuts.
I don't understand where Samaj P. Ryan came from, because he would be a third down back for us and has gone crazy. But again, let me get into the stats. Patrick Mahomes, 16 for 27, 223, 8.3 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. Isaiah Pacheco, their main rusher, 14 for 66. Jerick McKinnon right behind him, 8 for 51. For receiving, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, was the lead receiver, 2 for 71. Travis Kelce, 4 for 56, also had a fumble. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 for 35, and Isaiah Pacheco, 2 for 16. For the Bengals, 25 for 31 for Joe Burrow, 286 and 9.2 average, 2 touchdowns, only 1 sack, which is an amazing improvement. The O-line is finally starting to click together. Ted Karras is leading that group and is pulling them to better and better things. Samaj P. Ryan, still the leading rusher and the starting rusher, now with Joe Mixon out, but back for the next game. He had 106 yards and 21 carries, a 5-point-yard average. Just to talk about him again, besides him literally dribbling a person, every play he ran right at the defense. He was not running around people. He was running through people. Like, he was running absolutely at the defense, was trying to get every single yard, fought for multiple first downs. Amazing performance. And the next biggest rusher, Joe Burrow, ran for 46 yards, was actually taking some hits, which scared me a little bit, but at the same time was great. Samaj P. Ryan, also the third best receiver for the Bengals with 49 yards receiving. Jamar Chase the best with 97 on 7 receptions, and Tyler Boyd 60 for 4, as well as T. Higgins sneaking in 35 yards on 3 receptions. A great game for the Cincinnati Bengals, really putting away the Chiefs and showing why the Bengals can still compete with the league's best. And now the Bengals are clicking, which is a very dangerous thing for the rest of the league.
I mean, late in the season, postseason's coming soon. I mean, this is a good time to start clicking.
Listen, next month is January, and January Joe is money.
What happens in February?
Did you just see it in Discord? Did you just see it in Discord? Oh, Kitty's trying to talk shit. Oh.
What?
Okay.
Man.
First off, 2020, he got hurt his rookie year. 2021, the reason why they don't have a ring is because of Mickey Mouse ring of LA that Stan Kroenke and Jerry Jones decided to fuck each other for it. Yeah, Mickey Mouse, Jackson Mahomes.
No, but this was a good game. I mean, both sides of the ball, they were very good. Like it was anyone's game. Offenses both were clicking. It really just came down to who had the ball last.
Kansas City kind of had the ball last because Cincinnati took the lead with like 8 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, we took the lead, and then the Chiefs had the ball back.
Oh,
and then punted it
you're
away,
right.
And we were able to basically work down the field, and they had no timeouts, and we won.
This was a game where
you're right.
The defense is like, it was a good game. It wasn't like poor offense. It was good offense with good defense, and this is showing Cincinnati can come back.
Are we going to see another AFC Championship game like this?
I think this is honestly, this is probably becoming the next Brady Manning. I think these are two. These are two quarterbacks that are looking amazing. That they're going to be Hall of Famers if they continue the way they play, and if God forbid they don't get hurt. So I think they are going to be also quarterbacks that stay at their organizations, and it's just going to be a constant battle because they're both in the same conference. They're going to meet each other in important games.
Well, Mahomes already got a Super Bowl, so you're a little late.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Brady already had a Super Bowl before him, and Manning started to go at it too. Brady got a Super Bowl in his second season?
It was in 2001.
What we gotta do at the end of the regular season, we gotta make predictions on who's gonna win the Super Bowl, and whoever makes that prediction correct gets 10 points on the prediction chart. We should do that.
I mean, maybe, or we could just do it like playoff game by playoff game, like we've always done.
Playoff game.
That's more fun.
We'll do what you said, and give before the playoffs start, and we'll say, hey, I think this team's going to win it, and that's 10 points if they win it. But we'll also still predict each playoff game as it goes down.
For me, for this one, it shows that Cincinnati can come back to Super Bowl now because they're clicking. Joe Burrow, still Joe Burrow. Jamar Chase come back from injury. The first half was rough. He got back into it. He stopped Tyler Boyd. That defense held Kansas City. So it's like this could be a divisional round game or AFC Championship game. I'm thinking it's Bills, Chiefs, or Bengals.
I'm just seeing who the Bengals have left in the season. They got Buccaneers, which they should win. Patriots, which they should win. Bills is going to be a close one, but I think the Bengals should. Too. I still think Bengals would win that, and then they got the Ravens, which they have to win to win the fucking.
If Lamar, it depends on Lamar Jackson and all that, if he's healthy or not.
I mean, even if you have a healthy Lamar Jackson, I think Bengals defense is still
we gelled
decent.
A little late, but if we can keep this gel together, I think we're going to be able to do a lot. Also,
I mean, last year you gelled late too, so
the biggest thing is Chidobe Awuzie, our best corner, who's also like a 6'4" corner, which is great to have because he can guard tight ends, is out for the season with an ACL injury. So that would be the guy that could stop Diggs. That would be the guy that could stop Mike, or that could stop
Mike White. No, I'm kidding.
Not Mike White. The leading receiver for the Mike Evans. Stop Mike Evans. That's the guy that could shut down Mark Andrews. So without him, it's going to hurt, but it's still doable.
Yeah.
The last game that was played on the Sunday around time was the Raiders and Chargers. Raiders take the win at home 27-20 in a close one. This is reminiscent of the game that should have been tied last year, so both teams could get into the playoffs. But the Raiders also came out with a win in that one and in here. Justin Herbert, 28 for 47, 335 yards, 7.1 average, and 1 touchdown, 5 sacks. Derek Carr, 16 for 30, 250 yards, and 8.3 average, and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Josh Jacobs, again, probably solidifying his case for the MVP. If not at the MVP table, he's definitely in the restaurant. 26 carries, 144, and 1 touchdown with a long run of 20. Austin Eckler, only 10 carries for 35 yards. Joshua Kelly, 7 carries for 30 for the Chargers, For receiving, Devontae Adams said, give me that ball, bitch. 8 receptions, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns with a long reception of 45 yards. The nearest close receiver to him in yards on his team was Mac Hollins with 35 yards. Keenan Allen, 6 for 88 for 14.7 average. Gerald Everett, 5 for 80. Austin Eckler, 5 for 67. And Josh Palmer, 7 for 60 for the Chargers. In the end, this was a more well-rounded attack. This was a shootout, but a more well-rounded attack from Vegas. They had great rushing and great passing, while the Chargers had only passing, which hurt Justin Herbert badly. His completion percentage was awful with, again, only 28 for 47.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about the Raiders, I mean, I don't think they're going to make it to playoffs this year, but looking future state, their offense just runs through two people, Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams. That's not going to be sustainable at all in the future. Now, I mean, if they're playing against shit defenses, sure, you could do that. But, I mean, if you're playing against the Eagles, a Bills, a Chiefs, or Patriots, I mean, they're not going to have a fun time. Because you could just fucking double team them and hold the box.
Yep.
And
One word Chargers, pain. Pain. Get rid of Brandon Staley. Save Justin Herbert. Also, Raiders, get rid of Josh McDaniels, but I know you don't have the money, so you can't fire him because you have no money left.
The Chargers
have
are
no
a
money.
decent team. They have a good offense. It's just their defense sucks ass. I mean,
Even
Keenan
with all
Allen's
this
pretty
stuff,
good.
That's the thing, though. They picked up all
Austin
the shit
Eckler.
to fix. They picked up so many players to try to fix the rush defense, but fucking sucks. They have no Eckler. They don't even use that much. It's.
I mean, they use them in
for
the
Chargers.
They use them in the pass, not in the run.
Still, it's fucking pain for the Chargers. Get rid of Brandon Staley and McDaniels for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Fucking AFC West sucks.
AFC West is in issues. We thought this was going to be the best division of football, and it's looked like the worst. Well, one of the worst.
I know, it's just,
It's
a Kansas City show. That's all.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Monday night game. This was a great game.
No,
Sunday.
Sunday.
Or
Sunday.
Or so,
Sunday
yeah,
night.
I kind of want to skip the Sunday night. Saturday. Saturday.
You guys were like, yeah, Saturday's such a great coach.
Only Jeff Saturday.
I still think Jeff Saturday's a pretty good coach, but still, I know. Indianapolis Colts walk in and are leading by trailing only 3 points going to the fourth. And
no,
Dallas
they were
Cowboys.
leading. They were leading in the start of the fourth quarter.
Holy shit! What
21.
the fuck?
They were
33
leading by
points
2.
in the fourth.
It was 19-21 going into the fourth quarter. Dallas had the lead by 3 points.
No. Colts had the lead.
No,
Colts had the lead.
3 plus 6 is 9.
13.
Plus 10 is 19. 7, 14,
This is a
21.
math class.
Cowboys
Okay.
had the lead going into the fourth
Sorry.
quarter. And
Sorry,
Dallas
going
decided to
down.
put up 33
1 plus
33
1
points.
is 2.
Shut up. Shut the fuck
2
up.
plus 2 is 4.
I'm drinking, okay? It's been a
Oh,
bad
One
week.
man.
Yingling plus 1 Yingling equals 2 Yinglings.
Gentlemen, behold this fucking middle
1
finger.
beer mug plus 1 beer mug equals
And I
2
just
beer.
saw, okay. I also have the NHL game on for the Flyers, and the mascot for Flyers, Gritty, he's fucking streaking.
All right, so Colts end up throwing away the game in the fourth quarter. They lose 19-54 at Jerry World against the Cowboys. Matt Ryan, 21 for 37 for 233, 2 touchdowns and 3 picks and 3 sacks. Dak Prescott, 20 for 30, 170, 5.7 average, 3 touchdowns, 1 reception, 1 sack. For rushing, Jonathan Taylor, 82 yards and 21 carries. Zach Moss, the next closest, 18 for 3. For Dallas's rushing, 91 yards for Tony Pollard, 77 for Zeke Elliott, both having about 15 carries for a team total of 220 yards. Great on the ground from them. In the passing grounds, it was not great for Indianapolis. 86 yards for Alec Pierce, 43 for Paris Campbell, 28 for Jelani Woods, and 21 for Jonathan Taylor. For Dallas, 71 yards for CeeDee Lamb, 33 for Dalton Schultz, 23 for Michael Gallup, and 15 for Noah Brown. It was Dallas deciding to say, I mean, just screw it in the fourth quarter and go for it, because they ran away with it. This was a tough day to be a Colts fan, because they had this game close and they were playing well until the fourth quarter, where Dallas decided we're the better team and played like it.
Yep. I mean, Dak didn't do a whole lot slinging the ball, but Dallas's run game is just Pilar and
I mean,
Elliott.
you have a great offensive line, especially at Zach Martin, and you have Zach Martin probably only having to really key in on one guy to block, who's DeForest Buckner, who again is a very small defensive tackle, at least like size wise. He's tall, but he's not exactly that. He's not Jordan Davis, who looks like he's 7 Big Macs away from 7,000 pounds. Yeah. So yeah, I think the run game really blossomed for Dallas and allowed them to walk away with a runaway game.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, stop, he's already dead. Like the pick six, the fucking fumble recovery, god damn it.
I mean, to be fair, the Colts is very dysfunctional. I mean, yeah, you throw in Jeff Saturday, high school football coach, Saturday. But just you throw him in there. He's doing very good for how dysfunctional that organization is. I do have to give him that. But I mean, you're throwing in a high school coach. I don't think you're going to get much out of these games. So
I think this is the curse of Andrew Luck. I think this is
curse of Andrew Luck.
How much they fucked him over.
Well, if the Colts are going down, I really want Quentin Williams. I would love to have Quentin Williams on the Bengals. Left guard, please.
Oh, your line's good now.
Yeah, even like that's the thing though. It's like Dallas with a 9-3 record. You think, oh, they could probably be first in division. They're only second division, and like you still have New York and Washington trying to come up. It's like, damn, that NFC East.
It's tough.
And then you have the AFC South.
Womp, womp. How is Tennessee? Oh my god.
Yep.
There's only one team above 500 in that, and that's Tennessee, who's 7-5.
Yeah. And they're probably gonna get bounced in the first round.
They will. Like always. Like they're just a mediocre.
All right. The Monday night game. Now, before me and Macedon probably have to fly to a certain location and beat each other up for disagreeing opinions about this. This was, again, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady playing what seems to be his kryptonite ever since he's been in Florida, the New Orleans Saints. But now Brady, for the first time in his career, has swept the Saints when he's in their division. 17-16, the final score on a game-winning Tom Brady drive. An amazing performance. That final drive is going to be one that's going to be played in Tom Brady highlight reels for the rest of his life. He went 36 for 54 for 281, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and 1 sack. Andy Dalton, 20 for 28, 229 yards, 8.2 average, 1 touchdown, and 2 sacks, while Taysom Hill threw 1 for 1 for 21 yards. Leonard Fournette ran for 49 yards on 10 carries, and Rachaad White, 28 yards on 9 carries. Not a great run day for them. Mark Ingram, who actually ended up tearing his ACL during this game, is out for the rest of the season. 7 carries for 27 yards. Alvin Kamara, who a lot of people who have picked him in the first round of their fantasy football league are really starting to wonder why they did, because he only ran for 26 yards.
I'll let Mamba go before I do something. Go ahead and let Mamba go before I start doing my dumbass shit.
Well, we need to talk about the receiving yards real quick. Rashad Shaheed, 75 yards for the Saints. Chris Olave, 65. And Taysom Hill, 35. Also, one crucial drop he had late in the game where he got absolutely blasted across the face, which could have sealed the game for the Saints. But, no, he went for the ball, and it was a fair hit. Get his head turned back around.
But they usually call those head hits a penalty, though.
That's the thing, though. The player that hit him used his shoulder to hit the football. It wasn't a head-to-head collision. It wasn't a head-to-football collision. It wasn't even head-to-chest. It was a very legal hit that was just at the speed of sound. Chris Godwin, 8 for 63 yards receiving. Mike Evans, 4 for 59. And Rachaad White, 6 for 41 for the Tampa Bay. But yes, go ahead, Mamba, before me and Masson start fighting about this.
Brady got that dog in him. Got it in the lungs. My God. I mean, Brady's literally just trying to keep this team together and just try to make it in the playoffs and see what happens. But I mean, good game from Buccaneers last drive. Good shit, Brady. And I mean, Brady's going to 49ers, so.
May I do something first before we start arguing?
Yes.
This shit right here. This is cancer. This is cancer. I'm tired of this shit. The game was bad. No, this game just fucking sucked. This wasn't funny. Oh, Ravens, Broncos, hilarious, no offense. This was just a bad game to watch.
Two teams that were better defensively, I would say. The Saints have a good defense, and the Buccaneers have a great defense.
I mean, Saints does, but then it was just the play.
You cannot tell me, though. You cannot tell me that this.
Okay,
we can't
We can't
show that.
No.
Because
Because NFL's gonna fucking kill you.
I don't give a fuck. But fucking, I still have to say this shit right here. This is cancer. The game itself was just cancer. Just God.
It was still a great drive. I mean, it was Tom Brady was not playing great the whole game, and then all of a sudden he gets the ball and he's down 6 points, and all of a sudden you're like, "This is a final drive.
No,
this could be Brady's, final drive." Like,
all right, is this where we start the argument?
I'll get my popcorn real quick.
I feel like it has to be because I mean, this is a great drive by Brady. I don't see how it isn't.
What did Saints go on defense for the final 2 drives? What was the type of defense? Prevent defense.
What else are you going to run? You don't want someone to beat you deep. You don't want Julio Jones streaking down the field.
You mean that what happened with Mike Evans with no safety help on the cornerback that does a defensive PI for 50 yards?
You don't, when you are playing late in a game, you don't have bring safety too many people forward. This happened to the Ohio State-Michigan game. If you don't play prevent late in the game, people are going to bomb over you.
I'll be back.
Also, Mark Ingram could have got that first down that ended the game.
Yeah, it was dumb on him. Yeah,
Mark Ingram. Also, that fucking pass. You're
not going to take away the fact that Brady was perfect in that final drive.
Children, settle down.
Okay, I'm not taking away Brady on his the past seasons, but this game was just fucking Saints defense and Dennis Allen being a dumbass. Everybody in the Saints that's Saints fan,
what do you expect from the Saints? What do you expect from the Saints this year?
When the Saints go marching in,
the Saints are just asses here. So I mean,
there was so many chances the Saints could just end the game.
The biggest thing is that we're watching the greatest football player of all time play, and people are trying to take away what he did. This guy led a game-winning drive and was perfect.
I am not taking away what he did in 2001. We did a comeback against the Rams. Eagles
Atlanta. Don't forget.
No,
the greatest comeback in football history in the Super Bowl.
I am not taking away that. I'm just saying this game itself, just this game, was the Saints fucking up, Dennis Allen being a dumbass, and let's go prevent defense to prevent wins. Also, Mark Ingram could have got the first down, not using Alvin Kamara. God damn it, Capitals just scored. I have the hockey game on the screen. But fucking you had this defense holding Tom Brady, fucking Leonard Fournette, and Rashard White. You held them for 50 minutes, and you decided to go, oh, no, I'm going to give up. I'm not taking away Brady's past accomplishments for the past fucking 10, 15 years.
This is one of his accomplishments, though.
I don't know. When you give Brady the ball, on a final drive, a few seconds left, he seems to do pretty good.
He's clutch.
Let's give the middle of the field to have a tight end and a receiver to get 20 fucking yards.
He also threw perfect passes in the pocket right there, tiny windows. You're just mad because you know Jalen Hurts is in that clutch.
Oh, you can shut the fuck up on that right now.
The truth hurts. The truth hurts. The truth hurts.
You're grabbing for the nuts now.
Yeah, he did.
What? Whoa. We're doing the what? We're grabbing for the nuts. We're grabbing for the nuts. What are we saying? What are you? Is that a saying?
Fight, dude. It's an MMA fight, dude. He grabbed the dick and twisted it.
All right, we're getting out of control here.
We need to move on.
No. I am not saying that Brady cannot do comebacks, his past accomplishments. I am saying that they were great. Just this game just fucking pisses me off, just how it's fucking shit, and just how the Saints just went fucking dumb at. God,
I think you're salty because Brady was a Patriot.
I'm salty. No. I'm salty.
Similar.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. This performance by Brady was better than any performance by any Eagles quarterback ever.
Nick Foles.
Ooh,
Who?
big dick Nick.
Where's Nick Foles now? Where's Nick Foles now, huh?
Not being used by the Colts. But no, but the thing is, no, it's not because of Tom Brady. I'm mad. I'm mad that we don't even have more of a tank division. Okay, even though this game was a win-win for me, Saints lose, Eagles get a higher draft pick. Tampa Bay loses, even more of a tank division 2.0 for South. So it is a win-win for me, but just watching this game was fucking cancer. I'm sorry. I gotta go with Filthy Frank here. This shit is cancer.
What's happening here? Let's look at the AFC
the
first.
playoff picture. Buffalo in first place, 9-3, followed by Kansas City, 9-3. Currently, Buffalo is winning that because of the tiebreaker they have by beating Kansas City. Baltimore, the leaders of the AFC North, 8-4. Tennessee, leader of the AFC South, 7-5. Then the wild card positions 1, 2, and 3. Bengals, 8-4, holding the leader of the Miami Dolphins because of their at-home win where they played on Thursday night with those sexy all-white uniforms. They're both 8-4 with Miami, and then the last spot, the New York Jets, 7-5. Who are better than the three teams in the hunt: New England 6-6, Chargers 6-6, Raiders 5-7. Teams eliminated from the playoff contention so far in the AFC: the Houston Texans, abysmal 1-10-1.
Cleveland and Pittsburgh not in the hunt because they're 5-7 as well.
They are 5-7, but they
Deshaun Watson revenge tour. Well, back to the play. No,
I had a friend.
Imagine Deshaun Watson wins the Super Bowl and said, "What are you going to do after this? I'm going to go get a massage."
Okay, no. Here's what's funny. At work, I talking to a friend that I talked to football with. He's like, "Yeah, the Raiders can make it to the playoffs." I'm like, "Fucking how? How they have to win out?
Actually,
all right,
they have to win out. Yeah, that's the only way.
Like, you need the Jets to lose or Miami, and you're dealing with fucking New England. Who do you think Belichick's gonna try?
I mean, you gotta win.
Tough game, win, loss.
Yeah, like
they're gonna have 9 or 10 losses on the season. I don't think 9 losses.
It was like, yeah, the Chiefs. Well, the reason why you said the Chiefs was gonna be a win was because Chiefs not gonna put their players in if they get the number 1 seed or have their division locked up. I'm like, nah, it's Josh McDaniels. He can't fucking do shit. But yeah, no, that was just at work. Well, he's a Carolina fan, so.
I think technically eliminated. I don't think Denver, Jacksonville, or Indianapolis can make it, and I highly doubt the Steelers and Browns will make it.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. I would put the Vegas and technically eliminated.
The Cleveland Browns are going to play the Cincinnati Bengals. I think it's at home.
Is that Cleveland or?
Yes, they are at the Bengals. So. When I tell you that Cincinnati's going to show up. The people that were most pissed when Deshaun Watson was not, banned for life from the NFL was Cincinnati. Yeah. There were a lot of people that were super pissed off. So Cincinnati's going to show up, and it's going to be a nasty crowd. I would not be surprised if stuff is thrown at Cleveland Browns players, and I encourage it if it's thrown at Deshaun Watson.
No, not at Cleveland Brown players. Just only Deshaun Watson.
Only Deshaun Watson. Only Deshaun Watson. That's all I encourage. The rest of the Brown players are fine.
You know, I want Cincinnati to do what Jacksonville did in the preseason to yell out, "You sick fuck! You sick fuck! You sick fuck!"
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if Vontaze Burfict got signed for a day just to intentionally target Deshaun Watson's head every play and just give him the Antonio Brown treatment.
Damn. All right, go ahead, Mamba. You're about to say something.
NFC. No. We're good. NFC time. All right, shut up.
Chicago Bears.
We're tanking. Right. Shut the fuck
up. Number 1 seed, Philadelphia Eagles, 11-1. Right behind them, Minnesota, 10-2. San Francisco, 8-4, leading their division, and the Buccaneers leading their division with a 6-6 record. Then the next line up is mostly NFC East teams, but Seattle was able to sneak in. For the wildcard teams, Dallas 9-3, New York 7-4, and Seattle 7-5. Teams in the hunt: Washington 7-5, just out of reach. Detroit.
Well, they would be in technically because they would be the 8th seed.
But Seattle has
only 7. There's only 7 seeds because the first team gets a bye.
But Washington is behind because of conference record.
No, there's not. There can't be 8 because there's
wildcard. Was
8. No, it's 7. It's 7. It used to be 6, then went to 7 a couple years ago.
Oh my god!
So yeah, Detroit
ESPN fix your shit.
Detroit is also kind of in the hunt at a 5-7 record. They could get in, but they got to really do hard to win out and hope the Giants, Seahawks, Commanders, or even the Cowboys lose a lot of games so that they can move up. Behind them is the Falcons and the Packers, who are technically not eliminated, but have to have a lot of things happen if they want to get in. Falcons much less so, as they could still win their division. Then the technically eliminated teams, the Cardinals look like they're probably out with 4-8. The Carolina Panthers probably going to win many more games with the 4-8 record. The Saints look like their season is a wash. They're 4-9, and the Rams are paying for the Super Bowl. They are 3-9.
They're paid.
I think this will stay somewhat of the same. The only team that I could see dropping from this is probably either the Giants or Commanders slipping. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to stay. I think they will win out and be able to do really well and actually compete with the 49ers, but I think either the Giants or Commanders are making in, not both.
I kind of wish the Commanders sneaks in. I have that sneaky feeling.
To see 4 teams from the same division get in the playoff would be insane. But
crazy. But no,
that would be
because,
absolutely nuts.
Not because in division, but because of Dan Snyder. Like, I feel bad for Ron Rivera.
Okay, fair. Yeah. He's on the team. Doesn't fucking matter. But
true
for the players, for DC.
Alrighty.
That would be nuts. The entire division just makes it to the playoffs. That would be But I don't think there has ever been a season where an entire
3 teams have made it. The AFC has done it 3 times. AFC North has done it 3 times. The Ravens, the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals have all made it into the playoffs.
But no, not the whole. I'm talking about the whole division.
Not the whole division. No whole division has made it in yet.
That would be nuts. Let it happen. Would be.
But I think Seattle still takes a spot. Is either Giants or Commanders are out.
You're biased because you're an Eagles fan. Be quiet.
No. I'm saying, But saying how, because what's going to happen? You got the Eagles face against the Giants twice. The Dallas has one more game against Giants, if I remember right, and then Commanders has one more game against the Giants, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
like it's like you got NFC East teams face against each other. That's gonna definitely move. Seattle can still win. Like it's tough. It's just tough.
Yeah,
like, those 4 teams is gonna flip flop so much.
Going in to our week 13 or week 14 predictions. To wrap up our week 13 predictions, sorry. Mamba still on top, 122-51. Week 13 he went 11-7. I'm right behind him, 121-48. Week 13 he went 17-3. Macedon 114-51. Week 13 he went 15-6. We all counted the tie game as a loss, by the way, because fuck ties are stupid. Anyway, to predict the week 14, we're going to get into that. The current buys are Falcons, Bears, Packers, Colts, Saints, and Commanders. A lot of buys this week.
Jesus Christ, this week is going to be a boring ass week.
Yeah, not a ton of games, but it's going to be quite fun. There's a lot of good games. First one could be the first game we see Baker in a Rams uniform. Rams going to play the Raiders in SoFi at home. I think this game is going to be the Raiders because I don't think any Rams quarterback can really stand up against Max Crosby right now. He's doing phenomenal rushing the passer, and I think the Raiders will be able to take advantage of the Rams' poor run defense and win the game by 14.
I'd be surprised if Baker starts at all. I mean,
that's
a quick turnaround. Yeah, I guess, but I'm going to go Raiders by 7.
I had to go Raiders by 7 also. Raiders by 7.
Righty, Jets and Bills in Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, the Bills' home stadium. I'm going to take the Bills in this one by 10. I think it's going to be a close game. Jets' defense is strong, but the Bills' offense is stronger.
I will go Bills by 7.
Bills by 10 and Bills by 7. I'm saying Bills by 3. It's going to be close. It's going to be a really close game, but I think Bills going to get a last-minute touchdown by 3.
Ready, next up, Browns Bengals at Paycor Stadium, the Jungle. I'm taking the Bengals by, I'll do 14 in this one, I think. I think midway through the game, DJ Reader will tackle Deshaun Watson in the backfield and lie on top of him, break both ACLs and legs off, and he'll be carted off, never play football again. Yeah. So, right. Bengals win this one.
I must say Bengals by 14 because the Bengals are gonna make Deshaun Watson hurt so bad that he's going to need another massage.
Oh man.
I'm going Bengals too, but I'm saying Bengals by 7 because you still have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt that can still get some rushing touchdowns.
But DJ Reader's back though. Highest PFF rated defensive tackle in the league. Better than Jordan Davis, apparently.
True. But I'm going to in division game 2, in division, it's going to be close. Like not because of Watson, but I did put as Cleveland as their name as fuck Watson versus the Bungles no more.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next up, the Battle of Texas. Texans and Cowboys. Cowboys usually herd cattle, and that's what's going to happen today. 21-point victory for the Cowboys at home.
You know, I got a hot take. I think Cooper Rush is going to play versus the Texans. So give me the Cowboys by 21. Yo, throw Cooper in there. Why risk Dak over the Texans?
So the fuck Watson tank edition versus fuck them boys. I gotta go with Cowboys. I'm gonna say 25. They're gonna fucking do what they did to the Colts.
Yeah,
and just.
But no, you guys see my point about not starting Dak.
They're gonna start him. It's for Jerry Jones.
Why
Jerry
risk
Jones.
him? Why?
Because Jerry Jones likes to.
Tex.
Jerry Jones is gonna rub his.
Jerry Jones is not the head coach,
but he acts like the head coach. I'm sorry.
No,
Like, do you think Mike McCarthy is gonna make decisions?
Fair. True.
Alrighty. Next up, Vikings-Lions in Detroit. I still don't think the Lions are gonna be able to pull this one off. This is
the Lions.
I don't think the Lions are going to be able to pull this off.
I thought you said you think the Lions.
This is 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins. End of discussion. Vikings by 10.
This is prime time Kirk Cousins.
This is Kirk Cousins when he drinks his morning coffee and just starts booking it on the field. So give me the Vikings by 14.
I'm saying Vikings by 7. I think Detroit's going to try to have some offense, but Vikings by 7. Yeah, we all picked the same teams right now. Damn.
Right now, this one might get a little tough. Titans and Jaguars in Nashville. I'll take the Titans by 3 in this one. It'll be a close game. I think Derrick Henry is sick and tired of the Titans bullshit and also sick and tired of playing football because he probably hurts right now, the amount of times he's been carrying the football. But I don't think the Jaguars are going to be able to stop him as much as they need to, and their weak secondary will also give rise to some of the no-name receivers that the Titans have. So I'll take the Titans by 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pick the Jaguars because they're very streaky. And Titans, they need to win. Like, I know they'll probably make it because they'll win the division, but they need a better record. So Titans by 7.
I'm actually gonna go against you guys. I'm saying Jags by 3.
You
Trent
have
Burks,
so much hope in what's the coach's
not
name?
that. Doug Pearson. No, it's not that.
Doug.
But I think the Titans are gonna fuck up in some way. Trent Burks, I think, is gonna be out. He got out for a concussion, and that was a bad concussion. So I don't think they're gonna have that receiver. So I'm saying Jags by 3, but it's gonna be a sloppy ass game.
Next up, Eagles-Giants in the Giants' hometown of East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm taking the Eagles in this one by 10. I think it'll be a kind of close game, but also I don't think the Giants' defense can really stop this multiple-pronged attack that Jalen Hurts can throw at you.
I would have to agree with you. I'm not going to bet against the Eagles, so I'm going to go Eagles by 14.
I'm going to say Eagles by 3. At least there's no Jalen Reagor to drop the fucking ball at the goal line like last year. That was fucking pissed me off last year. But Eagles by 3. I think it's going to be closer because in division. So, yeah, rivals.
Ravens and Steelers in Pittsburgh. Lamar is most likely out for this one, if not completely out. I think Tyler Huntley then is going to get a ton of different weird looks from the Steelers defense. I'm taking the Steelers by 4. One of the only times I'll pick the Steelers because I want the Ravens to lose.
Yeah, I mean, when you don't have Lamar Jackson, you're going to have a tough time with that offense. And Ravens defense is okay, I think. So I'm going to go Steelers by 7.
So Greg Roman offense against Matt Canada offense. Which one's worse? I think Matt Canada's offense is worse. So I'm saying Ravens by 2.
Ooh, you're going Ravens.
I think it's going to be a random ass Justin Tucker 59-yarder field goal at the end of the game.
All right. The next game.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Like, let's die.
Let's ride.
Let's
Chiefs
die.
Broncos in Mile High Stadium. Chiefs by 35.
Broncos country, let's die. I'm going Chiefs by 21.
I'm saying Chiefs by 20. They're going to let off the gas just because they don't want to play with their food that much. They're already tired of playing with food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next up, Buccaneers and 49ers. Tom Brady against his next year team in California. I'm taking the 49ers in this one. I think they will be able to hold the Buccaneers with defensively to enough, and I think their offense weapons will be too much for the Bucs defense. It'll be close, though. I'm going to say by 5 points.
You know what? I'm going on the opposite side because Tom Brady needs to win some fucking games. All right. And I don't think they're going to win with John Purdy. I know 49ers defense is insane, but Tom Brady is going to dissect that defense. So I'm going to go Buccaneers by 3. It's going to be a close one.
I'm going to say San Fran by 4. That defense is too much for Brady. Like the weapons they have, fucking Todd Bowles is a dumbass coach also, so I don't know why he's the head coach anymore.
Imagine you're Brock Purdy. You're sitting there and you actually get drafted. You get taken through Walt Disney World on the Mr. Irrelevant draft parade. You eventually sit down and you're like learning how to play. You're the third string quarterback, so you're like, okay, I'll have some time to me. Then all of a sudden he gets hurt, so now you're the backup, so you got to be able to like be more active in the offense. All of a sudden the backup, Jimmy Garoppolo, gets hurt. You're now thrown in. You have to win a game. Again, crap, who did they play? The 49ers. They just won a game against
Miami.
You just have to win a game against Miami where you play pretty well, and the next week, you got to prepare for Tom Brady. How the fuck do you handle that? That is some weight on Brock Purdy's shoulders, let me tell you.
It's going to be a tough one. That's why I don't think 49ers are going to win this.
Yep. All right, Panthers, Seahawks in Seattle. Seahawks by 14.
Yeah. Darnold's not going to do shit. So Seahawks by 14.
I'm going to say Seattle by 13.
Okay.
Just so I get like a close score to try to come against you guys.
Dolphins, Chargers on Sunday Night Football. I'm taking the Dolphins in this one. The Chargers are still reeling, and I don't think the Dolphins are liking how that last game ended against the 49ers. So they're going to come ready to play, and I think they're going to beat the Chargers pretty handily, probably by, let's say, 10 points.
Yeah, I heard lightning bolts aren't great with striking water with dolphins in it, but
what
the Dolphins are going to do. I'm just rambling now.
That was a stretch. That's more of a stretch than Mr. Fantastic across the fucking Golden Gate Bridge.
All right. Calm the fuck down. Give me the fucking Dolphins by.
I heard
14.
lightning wasn't a good to strike water when there's dolphins in it. Who the fuck?
Oh, he's trying to do a dad joke. God, we got rid of dad bod at AFL server, okay?
God, fuck.
Dolphins by 4. No, I don't. No, I don't. All right, Dolphins by 14. Guess what, Chargers? You thought this was pain this past week? This is even more pain. Get rid of Brandon Staley.
Ugh. All right, Monday Night Football, Patriots, Cardinals. It's in Glendale, Arizona. Bill Belichick loves messing with unexperienced quarterbacks. None is more, I feel, unexperienced than Kyler Murray, because we know this guy doesn't watch film. The only film this guy watches is his final kill cam he gets in COD every weekend. So I think the Patriots are going to abuse Kyler Murray, and I think it's going to be a 10-point win for them in Arizona. Calling it right now.
See, Bill Belichick likes some murder birds, so I'm going to go Patriots by 10.
I was saying Patriots by 7 because fucking having Ben McAdurp and Matt Patricia's co-offensive coordinators still suck ass. So Patriots by 7.
Alrighty. I think we had a question from our previous video. If you mind pulling that up, Mamba.
Of course. So question for next week from the one and only Muzzy. Using your favorite franchise quarterback, and this is in quotations or whatnot, Fields for Mamba, Burrow for Lob, Hurts for Messin. What would be your 17-0 fantasy team filling out the following positions? Oh shit, hold on, I gotta click read more.
It's a long one he did. I saw it earlier.
You got 2 RBs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Is this all time or right now?
Let's say right now.
Yeah, right now. I
Oh,
think.
there's a catch for added chaos. You need to select
Yep.
at least one Houston Texan player.
Well, we all
uh,
can't pick the same player. I looked at this earlier today.
Who's gonna start off? Oh, I need to look at the roster for the Texans.
I have somewhat of an idea.
We have a way to do this. Is there like a
Not really.
team builder app website?
Well,
We should probably check this beforehand.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
I'm trying
I
to
kind of
find
have
it.
those. I have some thought process. It's you guys. I don't know if you guys could think.
We're doing a draft. Wait, are we? Yeah.
It's we cannot pick the same player, but we could pick one from each team. At least one of them has to be from Houston.
Hmm.
I'm about to say I'll let you guys go first for some.
Can
stuff.
I go first?
Yeah,
I'm
go
trying to
ahead.
figure out a way to.
So I would take
Well, NFL roster. Hold on, NFL roster builder. I might be able to do something.
honestly, actually, the Texans are so ass that I don't want anyone except their kicker.
So
give me their
monkey.
Wait,
Hold on.
Looks like Live found something.
No, I found something.
Ta-da. Okay, so this first tab will be the first pick. We'll go Mamba, me, Masson. So Mamba.
Well, Mamba's
Okay.
gonna.
So the Texans are so ass that I'm just gonna take their kicker because it literally doesn't matter.
What's his name?
Kai, just last name's Fair.
Fairbairn.
Fairbairn, yeah.
Camille Fabarum. Okay.
His QB is going to be Justin Fields because that's what Muzzy
Yeah.
put automatically.
Oh yeah, fill in
true.
the quarterbacks. We have to, yeah.
Justin Fields. Okay, and then you obviously. I'm going to be Joe Burrow, of course.
Yes,
and then
you are
from
Joe
them.
Burrow.
Honestly, at wide receiver 2, I'll take Dalvin Cook, or not Dalvin Cook. What is it? Cooks.
Oh wait,
Sorry.
I thought no. Let's do this.
Brandon
Pick a Houston player first.
Yeah, that's
you're
That's
done.
what I'm doing. Brandon Cooks. I'm taking Brandon
Okay,
Cooks. He's
okay,
super
okay.
fast. He's still pretty good.
Yep.
So then we'll go.
Jalen Hurts. For me, Damian Pierce for running back.
Yeah. Okay. Not bad.
From Houston. That's
That
the
was the next best
only
one.
player that's decent.
All right, and then we'll do snake order. So you get to pick again. What's your first pick? Or actually, I don't.
For
Does
You
the
running
Houston
back?
count? Houston doesn't count as first pick. Well, the Mamba will make first pick.
No.
We'll go down from there.
Yeah.
We'll snake back to Maston for next. Okay. Got to create a full.
No, it's back to you. You have the worst.
I'm thinking. Hold on. Give me Diggs. Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
That's my WR1, obviously.
Yeah. For Joe Burrow, I want
by the
him to
way,
have
we
a
picked
good...
three wide receivers. So
Yeah.
Honestly, call me a homer.
No, I can see that.
They have a great connection. They have a great connection.
For me, offensive line team, Eagles offensive line.
Ooh.
Oh God.
There's no, but just
I
but
forgot,
you just
yeah.
you
Lane
just say
Johnson,
Jason
Kelsey, Milata's a
Samalu.
left tackle.
You got Samalu for guard, and then you got Jack Driscoll's technically right tackle.
Where's Milata?
He's guard.
Left guard?
He's one of the guards. It doesn't matter.
That's
Milata.
But whatever. No, he's put team, not individual players, but just team. So I'm saying Eagles offensive line.
I don't think there's a way to put.
There's not a way to do that. Tell me.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. I think you get the idea.
Yeah, everybody gets the idea. So I already got my running back and offensive line.
Okay. What are the other guards? Just so we can fill this out.
Did you put in PHI? Just see all the Philly. Peta. No, Jack Driscoll is a guard, and then Landon Dickerson. Well, Landon Dickerson was starting for Samalu. Yeah. Jordan Maleta. And then it's left tackle Maleta. Then you have Leonard Dixon as one of the guards, and then Samalu, Jack Driscoll is a backup.
Okay, now you get the next pick. So that's your O line setup.
That's my O line. So Mamba, I get next pick, or is it?
Yeah, we're snaking it.
Snake?
Snake.
Wide receiver 1, Tyreek Hill.
All right, I'm next. I love ground and pound football. Derrick Henry.
Ooh, okay. Let me see what my options are here. I'm thinking. Let's
consecutive picks.
Let's do Josh Jacobs.
Not a bad one.
Okay, next pick.
I mean, I need a ground and pound guy. I don't want Austin.
Yeah, but Mamba.
Actually, you know what? I'll take Austin Eckler. That's my second RB.
Wow. Okay, that's a really good rotation, though. That's a good 2-back rotation.
Yeah, no, that is a very good 2-back rotation. I think about
Lob goes.
Did you just dribble? I'm Are we just saying you can select a whole O line as one? Because you just took the whole Philly line. Okay,
that's what Muzzy said.
Give me Quentin Nelson. Give me
Indies.
Give me. No, I'm nitpicking. No, I'm nitpicking.
No. Muzzy said offensive line for the team.
Don't care.
You can't nitpick. What the fuck?
I'm a Bengals fan. I get to do this shit. Trent Williams, Creed Humphrey, Williams. Another guard.
So Lob is disqualified right away.
No. Give me Wyatt Teller.
Oh yeah, he is a guard.
Look at that.
He is a guard.
Right tackle. Ugh. Let me see.
I already got Lane Johnson.
You ass.
I know, but he's gonna be.
I think he's good enough. Taron Armstead. I'm moving him to right tackle, and then we'll have nobody.
Is Tisdale right tackle or left tackle? Tisdale right tackle or left tackle?
Put Lyle in there, and then no. Oh,
this is why Muzzy said team.
What was it?
For which team? You can put the team.
There we go.
Okay.
Tristan Wirfs.
This is a fraud. You're a fraud. You're a complete
I don't care, bro.
Fraud.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm getting an O-line, and I'm getting this O-line. All right, there we go.
So me next. Defense. San Francisco defense. Do not put in it. The whole defense, because Muzzy put team.
I'll just put I'll put Fred Warner. Boom, San Francisco.
Yeah.
All right, you get the next pick again.
I already got wide receiver. I already got running back. Wide receiver 2. AJ Brown. I'm sorry, AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown. So Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown. Just put Brown. Yeah, that's tight end. You're on tight end, not receiver.
Nope.
There you go.
No, he is.
Okay, next. For my defense, honestly, if they were healthy, I would take the
Are you saying Bills
Buffalo.
Or you take Buffalo? Yeah.
Matt Milano traded White. Yeah, if they were
defensive already.
Edmonds, Von Miller.
Yeah,
I'm gonna last pick my defense. Let's go with the speedster Tyreek Hill for my wide receiver slot.
Already taken.
All
right, give me Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Give me the Jeff. And then I'm taking Travis Kelce, the best tight end right now.
Alrighty. Coming back to me, I'm also going to take a tight end. Let me see here. I'm actually going to take George Kittle.
You know, just to add on to this, we should pick up a backup quarterback. It has to be backup, cannot be at the beginning of the season starting. I already know what I'm taking.
No, where's
I
Danucci?
know.
No,
He's a third string.
right.
He's a third string.
He's also in the XFL.
Okay.
All right, you're up.
So for tight end, I'm picking. Is it? Hold on. I'm trying to remember.
Mark
who else
Andrews
is
is
there.
an option.
I was about to say Kyle Pitts.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, he's gonna be if Kyle Pitts was in healthy and in Sirianni's offense.
Now
he would be
up
used.
again. For defense,
All right,
already
so
picked.
who do I need?
Kicker.
Yep.
And
another running back, another wide receiver. He said wide receiver 3. I know
Right.
there's only 2. Running back for running back 2. You said Eckler's already taken.
Eckler's taken.
You know what? And Derrick Henry's already taken. You know what? Give me Nick Chubb.
No Saquon? No one
For
picked up
me-
Saquon?
For
Well,
me, I have my defense set up. I'm going to take for
McCaffrey? No one took McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey. No. I'm going to take Dalvin Cook as my other running back just because he's a good passing back. I think it'd be great to back up Derrick Henry. He's a really good threat in the pass attack and can still run the ball if we take Derrick Henry out. So teams will have to stay honest.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I need one more wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
I need wide receiver and I need offensive
Defense
line
and
and
O-line.
defensive line.
Or
All
just
right, let's start with O line. Give me the Cowboys O line.
Not bad. Not bad.
What the
I mean,
hell?
it's
Why did
pretty.
you reset? Why did it reset it?
Why
did it just reset it? I didn't click reset.
Lop.
Oh god.
No.
But we already said what we.
Justin Fields, your running back was
Eckler
and Josh Jacobs. And then my wideout was Diggs, Jefferson, and I think that's it for now.
And then you were picking the Cowboys offensive line.
Tight end was Kelsey. Kicker was the
Fairbairn.
Yeah, Fairbairn.
Okay.
Kelsey.
And then you took another wide receiver, right?
No, not yet.
No, he took offensive line. He took Cowboys offensive line. Just put random Cowboys.
Good old reliable Cowboys. You can't go wrong with their line.
Me.
Wait. It snakes back to me.
He has one.
Oh, yeah, it is back to you. Yeah.
I own more. So I am gonna finish off with another wide receiver. Is Devontae Adams open?
Yes.
All right, give me him.
Yeah, that's a built stacked roster.
Yeah,
for me, I'm gonna take another wide receiver. I have to kind of look. Cooper Kupp. Give me Cooper Kupp. Jamar Chase, Brandon Cooks, Cooper Kupp. Boom, boom, boom.
I need a receiver and a kicker, but I'm gonna go receiver 3. Ooh, who'll be Mike Evans for receiver 3?
Mike Evans, okay. And your kicker?
Justin Tucker.
I'm also going to take a kicker, I think, because that's the last thing I really need. And my kicker is going to be Evan McPherson. I think he's just really the second best kicker in the league, honestly.
Yeah. I think
I won't need to kick the ball when you got the weapons.
You are the last 2 picks. All you need is a defense. Actually, you're the last pick. You just need a defense. Well, wait, and then we have to do backup quarterbacks.
I'll last pick a backup quarterback. But which defenses were taking? 49ers and Cowboys?
No, 49ers and Tampa Bay. Oh, Buffalo.
Oh, give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys defense.
We go cornerback, and I'll do.
Oh, I thought you
Cowboys defense is fucking good, baby.
And your backup QB?
Mike fucking White. Give me the White Rocket.
All right. That's all for me. My backup quarterback.
Has to be an actual backup? No. Actual backup did not start at the beginning of the season.
Jimmy Garoppolo was Tom's backup for a while, so I think they're going to do that. Yeah. That's the sexiest quarterback lineup ever. That is hot.
Now, you know who's the sexiest backup QB? Gardner motherfucking Minshew.
Minshew
Mania.
Minshew
Mania.
Holy
What else
moly.
could we fill in here? If you want to scroll down.
Just bench.
Yeah.
And punter.
A player
Okay.
that I would Oh, no. I'm not taking Jimmy Garoppolo.
Who are you taking for a backup then?
Tannehill? That's
But
not a backup.
No. But who are you thinking for? Are you thinking tight end?
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Right. He's listed as a tight end.
And honestly, now that I think about it, I gotta do this for the boy. I gotta bring Andy.
Yes,
back.
he was.
God.
He is a backup. He is backup.
All right.
Home.
Those are our teams. Mamba,
Mine is
Justin
very
Fields, Mike
stacked.
White, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Stephen Diggs, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce, Cowboys O-line, Cowboys defense, and then Kareem Fabreem, the Houston kicker. For me, Joe Burrow, Andy Dalton, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Jamar Chase, Brandon Cooks, George Kittle, Taysom Hill as a backup QB, and then the hodgepodge of the greatest O-line of all time, Quentin Nelson, Wyatt Teller, Creed Humphrey, Trent Williams, Trent Armstead, Lyle Collins, Tristan Wirfs, and the Buffalo defense, Evan McPherson as the kicker, and then for Macedon, Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew, Damian Pierce, Nick Chubb, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Kyle Pitts, the Philly O-line, the San Francisco defense, and Justin Tucker as kicker. That has been the Week 13 to 14 Football Stooges NFL wrap-up and prediction. We hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like on the video or podcast, wherever you're listening, and leave questions, as we'll do our best to answer them after the end of every week. For myself, for Macedon, for Mamba, Macedon. There we go. It's backwards for me. Have a great week. Enjoy the holidays and enjoy some football and run the damn ball. See ya.